Oh, you're so sweet, I swear. Te mando un besito.
All right, we're on again.
Let's go. We're back.
Disco Acid Cult TV. So yeah, we can't go. That's so annoying. I guess Instagram just rolled out some new thing where you have to have 1,000 followers to go live, and our Instagram has been pretty much stagnant for a while. We've been stuck at like 800 followers. I don't really know what to do about that. One thing I noticed about TikTok, it really seems like, and I'm assuming, I think I know my answer. The videos that I post on TikTok, when it's just me talking in the car,
Yeah.
those get way more views
Yes.
than like if I take a clip from the YouTube stream. And I assume it's the format TikTok pushes, because when you do the selfie videos, it's the full screen. Whereas when I take the stream from YouTube, it's in the YouTube dimensions and it's like a rectangle. So I either need to start clipping the YouTube, and what would be annoying is I would just be cutting the other person out of it. So like if I cut the screen, to do a portrait style, I think that's what it is, portrait style for the dimensions.
You know what we could do? We could start formatting our YouTube stream differently to consider that. Like we could stack ourselves vertically instead of horizontally like we have now, so we could fucking optimize our chances of getting more views on TikTok. You know
I
what I
don't know how
mean?
to do that on. I don't think I can do that on Restream.
Oh shit! It doesn't let you customize it.
I don't think so. I think the way we are, because it's meant for streaming on YouTube and Twitch primarily.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
I'm sure I could. There's some features I don't have because I pay for the cheapest option.
Yeah.
Restream.
I was gonna
Because
say
I don't
maybe we
feel
could
like.
look into like the different options, and if customizing it is an option, I'm willing to chip in. Because that I think if we could stack ourselves vertically, you wouldn't have to edit like either one of us out for whoever's talking for the clip. Dude, I think you'd get a lot more views on TikTok because you're absolutely right. I've looked into it, and TikTok prefers videos where you can see the user's face like very clearly and in like decent lighting and all that. They really favor that with the algorithm.
Well, if we did that, we would be sacrificing the YouTube stream would look like shit.
That's true.
And
Damn,
YouTube
YouTube
is
is the priority.
YouTube is the priority. But what
Yeah.
I could do is, most of the time when I post clips, it's like me talking, just because I don't know how to like clip other people talking.
Yeah.
But if I crop, I basically just cut the screen in half, and it would just be me, and it would just say like "disco assy" on the top right there, and then it would like I could do that, and it would just zoom in on me a lot. I could just figure it out,
Yeah,
or
run a test run on it. Try doing that for a while with the clips and see how it goes, and then if it's worth it, then just keep on rolling with that. If it doesn't, if it's the same results, then you don't gotta worry about it no more.
I'm pretty sure that's it, because there's no reason for videos of me talking in the car to do better than videos of like actual audio stream with the microphones. And
Yeah, I totally agree.
so yeah, I assume it's just the format. TikTok likes the portrait, because that's how the screen
Yeah.
is on TikTok. But so then I just thought, well, I'll just post more on TikTok. I'll just do more me talking in the car like that. That'll be the way to do it. And then I still have the link to the YouTube channel on the TikTok. Not that I think TikTok followers are gonna equate to YouTube followers, but if I pop off on anything, I'll take it. If I become a TikToker, then like so be
Yeah,
it.
fuck it. Dude, I've noticed that TikTok views and likes don't even translate to followers on fucking TikTok, dude. It's wild.
Not at all. Out of that video I posted that has like almost 20,000 views right now and over
Yeah.
1,000 likes, that's gotten me like 10 more followers.
10?
Yeah, maybe.
Dog, that's wild. I have a wild one for you. My buddy did a TikTok a while back. What's up, more? He did a TikTok a while back that did, I want to say it did 14 million, and he got like 100 followers. I'm not even kidding you, bro. 14 million.
Yeah.
And yeah, he got like 100 more followers. Fucking wild.
Yeah, when I did the first Disco Acid Cult TikTok and the Charles Manson video popped off, it was like 2 million views, and I got like a couple hundred. I ended up getting more followers because I posted more, but that one video got me like 100 of followers, maybe. Yeah, I think because TikTok, everyone on there is just rapid fire. They're just scroll like, scroll like, scroll like. They're not stopping to be like, oh, I want to check this page out, or
Yeah, facts. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I don't do that. I don't fucking follow people on TikTok hardly at all unless they're like my friend or something.
Yeah, I don't know who to follow on the TikTok. The more is right though. I do need to just start blasting all of the, which is what I
Yeah,
try to do.
the
I
more
try
is
to
right.
blast.
Yeah, you just gotta fucking carpet bomb the platforms.
Yeah, I do need to. I should post more to TikTok of just me talking, but
Start ripping cigarettes on camera.
TikTok will you can't smoke cigarettes on TikTok.
Oh, really? What about the fucking Jacob Jones or whatever his name is?
I don't know how that works because I've gotten videos pulled for smoking cigarettes, and if they
Damn.
don't get pulled, they will be like you can look at your TikTok account and it'll show you like what's visible and what's not. And
Yeah.
when I did the cig ripping compilation, that little joke video I made,
Yeah.
that got pinned to like they can only show it to followers already or something like that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Just find you a legit Manson hoax vid. I'll check it out, but you cannot change my mind on the.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're barking up the wrong tree or whatever the fuck the saying is.
That is something that I am dead set on, but I will check it out.
Yeah. What's up, shit piss?
Yeah, if you got cigarettes, fucking smoke 'em. That's what I always say.
Yeah, I haven't smoked in like I think like 2 or 3 months, but I'm going on a trip soon, and my rule is that I can smoke if I'm on vacation. I can't fucking wait. Only the facts can change. Coming from the guy that thinks the moon is a projection. Oh my, isn't it not a projection? Like you think it's like it's just
Just a
like
light source.
yeah, it's a light source. We perceive it as it being a physical object, though.
Dirty White Boy is commenting on my YouTube short about the Christy movie flopping.
What'd he say?
So he is actually, and of course, I'll get into this after we do the quick Dragon Ball GT segment,
Yeah,
because that's the next topic. But I posted the video basically saying what I'm going to say in a little bit about why that movie is actually flopping. It's not because American Eagle crybabies are boycotting it. It's just because no
yeah,
one knows who Christy Martin is, and it's kind of
facts.
it's a pretentious artsy fartsy. It's about a woman boxer. So Dirty White Boy, I don't, I think he wasn't necessarily getting into the politics part. He was just
Yeah,
saying, he said, bro, the real story of Christy Barton is dope. She's a woman legend in boxing, the first Ronda Rousey of the 80s. She has a
mm,
Netflix documentary. It says she went through it hardcore and she's badass. He said Sydney Sweeney was not the right actress
mm,
to play such a blood and guts, tough as nails character. And then I said, oh, I'm sure she was badass. I was just saying,
yeah,
not enough people know who she was. I said, people don't go to the theater to watch sports documentaries or sports bio pictures. They watch that on stuff like Netflix. And then I said,
interesting.
and it's because what I was mostly talking about was that people online think it's because of Sydney Sweeney's politics. And then Dirty White Boy said, yeah, no one saw it in theaters because literally no one in the world goes to the movie theaters anymore.
Yeah,
And he said,
he's
and I
right.
agree, you have to be a super fan of MMA and boxing to even know who Christy Martin is. She's by absolutely no means a household name.
Yeah, true.
Which is
I don't know who she is either.
which is also part of what I was gonna say is that, dude, like 75% of Hollywood movies are flopping nowadays anyways. It's funny that they're like, "Oh, Sydney
Yeah.
Sweeney's movies flop." It's like, bro, every movie is flopping. No one's going to
Yeah,
movies
facts.
anymore.
The Rock's movie, The Smashing Machine, based off that one MMA dude, just did horrible. And dude, like, is there an actor that's bigger than the fucking Rock? Like, dude, if the Rock can't get a MMA biopic to sell, Sydney Sweeney can't either. Uh,
Yes, someone in my TikTok comments pulled that up too. They're like, "How did the Rock's movie do?" Same thing.
I am curious though, cause do you remember the Iron Claw, the movie?
Yeah, with Zac Efron.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know how that movie did, because I would assume not many non-wrestling fans know who the Von Erich brothers are. So I'd be curious to know if that movie did well, even considering that they're not really a household name unless you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah. So the moon is a frequency. We don't know the source of natural frequencies. To say it is projected is misleading, but similar illusions are projections holograms.
Hmm. The answer is never as fun as the journey to figuring it out. That I do agree with you on the last part. That is true.
Yeah, once you figure some things out, it's like missing persons cases. Once you figure out what happened, it's like, okay, well now what? That's why people love the Maura Murray case or
Yeah,
because she's been gone since 2004.
back in '04, Kevin Garnett
Also,
MVP year.
the Moore and Shit Piss, because we have a new mic, are both of our audios, the levels, like we both sound like the same volume, right? Like one of us isn't louder than the other. On my end, we both sound perfectly fine. I'm
Yeah,
just making
we
sure that.
sound good on mine as well. But yeah, let us know in the chat. And shit, it's good on you for quitting 8 months ago. That shit sucks.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, though to be good for 8 months is pretty good, dude. For me, when I stopped smoking, I noticed that the headache is like pretty annoying, and then also I felt hella like brain foggy, like slightly confused at all times. Fucking terrible, dude.
See, I don't get any headaches. The thing that's funny is realistically, I could quit smoking cigarettes
Yeah,
very easily if I wanted to.
thanks, guys.
For me, it's just I get very irritable, but
Uh,
because I'm single, honestly, like, when I was with, Calamity Jane
yeah.
and, we were spending all our money on drugs, and so occasionally we wouldn't have money to get cigarettes.
Mm,
She's like, "Dude, you're a torturous to be around when you want a cigarette and there are none." But because I'm mostly just alone in my room at this time, I can be in a grumpy mood and it's fine now.
yeah, true. You can crash out by yourself. No one faces the repercussions.
Yeah, but without him, I don't get any other I don't get headaches or sick or I just will
That's
get
good.
mad.
Oh, it's like very irritated. Do you think it's the chemicals or do you think it's your routine being broken up?
Probably both.
That makes sense.
I'm also just kind of a drama queen, and like if I don't get what I want, I mean, dude, I'll literally be like, if I'm having audio issues with my microphone, I'm like, this is because God's not looking after me. This is if only God was. Yeah, dude, I get crazy about just anything. Dude, when I was a kid, like if my Game Boy battery started dying, I'm like, if God was real, he'd make sure my Game Boy was
Jesus
working.
Christ, man. Fucking spawn of Satan over here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, if I lost at like a game of Tekken on some, it's because God's not looking out for me because he's not real.
What the fuck? I'm laughing at the Moore's comment about your outro being hella loud. Dude, he's right. Sometimes I'll set the stream on my laptop and I'll take a nap just to get plays on it. And dude, the fucking outro will wake me up. I'll be like, what the fuck?
I
Dude, it's
I
hella
can't
loud.
control the volume of the music. What about the intro music then? Is that loud?
It is loud, but the outro is like a fucking another level. And then you finally get to Steven. Sometimes I feel, you know.
That's this little audio clip from we were at a party,
Yeah.
and that was me, Steven, I think Laban and Thayer, and yes, we just improvised that song. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I
Sometimes I
realize
think
I
I'm
am
drunk. That's
drunk.
what it is. Yeah.
It keeps on going after that, but yeah, that's one of the hidden tracks. It's on YouTube.
Dang. The
Actually,
hidden
the original
files.
song starts off with it's just him yelling drunk, 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 and over and over again, and then he
Mm,
sings the verses of sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize I'm drunk.
nice.
Um,
That is how it goes.
I've been wanting to make new music for the stream, like
Oh,
music, because I'm tired of reusing old music because there's only so many songs from that band that I can use.
yeah, you guys need to have a comeback.
If I told him if the channel ever pops off, I would force that music to get famous, and then. But I do want to get into like GarageBand and make some little just like electronic 30-second songs for the intro and the outro, and I can make those quieter. I think the outro is only loud because right now it's just two people talking, and then a whole rock song kicks in.
No, dude. Yeah, have you ever listened to the videos like by yourself?
Yeah, the thing that's funny is when I make so you notice when I post actual videos that I
Yeah.
edit and stuff, when I put in the outro music, I turn it down on CapCut a lot.
Ah, dude, listen to one of the live streams and just skip to the end and then play it, dude. It's fucking like unreasonably loud, bro.
Dude, I don't believe you guys.
Nah, dude, fucking play it on stream right now. It's like
Well, I
it's hella
can't
loud.
to check the volume. Let me see. If I pull up a fucking live stream. She demanded underwear, but you wait. Yes, they want to see talk to.
You see what I mean?
Right on. Yeah, because it's just me talking, and then it's just a rock song.
No, dude.
So he wasn't gonna be in chat. So the fact that you've been in chat all night kind of makes me also think that yeah, you are not Fizz. So right on. Hit the outro. I'll get out of here. I'll see you soon. And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that's only the beginning.
Dude, it's fucking loud.
I think the
It's a
volume's
good song,
fine.
though. It's a good
I think
song,
it's just
though.
the contrast between just a person talking and then a fucking rock and roll song. You like, I can't turn it down anyways. Like that's
I
the
know
bottom
it's fine.
line.
Oh, it's rock and roll, bro. I was gonna say, speaking of like it being like louder in comparison to like you talking, did you see? I think it's on. I don't remember which video it was, but it ended up doing kind of well. Got like 10 comments. I saw another person saying that you sound like RFK Jr.
Yeah, dude. Everyone on TikTok thinks I sound like RFK Jr.
I don't see the comparison, but I think it's funny every time I see the comment.
I do want to roll with it.
Yeah, RFK Jr.
The more so there are. If I ever actually have money in my pocket again, like I did a year ago, I was looking into because I want a soundboard. I would like to have like I push a button and there's cricket, the cricket sound, or not actually. I don't want actual fart noises, but you know what I'm saying, like a radio show. Like if someone says something funny, or here's
Or
sound.
like a laugh track,
Yeah,
like
but you
George
can get a
Lopez.
mixer. You can get mixers, and a
Mm,
mixer will have like 10 buttons, and then you can assign a quick sound to each button. And
mm.
so like I could change them out anytime I want, but like I could have a sound of yes, a laugh, or like if it gets quiet, I could jokingly hit the crickets or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want a mixer and a soundboard, which is like general sounds, and then yeah, a soundboard of a playlist for a minute break. If I ever actually do the Okay, I figured those were in Discord. On Discord, if I ever actually get the Discord up in numbers, I do
Mhm.
want to do, because you can do audio live streams in Discord where anyone from the Discord can come in. So, like, if we had 1,000 people on the Discord, I could go live, and then anybody that wants to come on and talk, I could click them on. Basically,
Yeah,
like,
you can have like chat rooms and shit.
yeah, basically a radio show.
Try saying vaccines help.
Vaccines and healthcare.
Have you ever seen that clip of him where he's like, "I was a horrible student. I started doing heroin. I went to the top of my class. I was a great student." And all that
Yeah.
shit.
It's funny because people were trying to say that he was praising heroin use, and I'm like, "That's no." But
Yeah.
people watch
No.
these 10-second clips without the full context, and it's like, bro, literally the next thing he says is, "But my life fell apart and everything went to shit."
Yeah, dude, and it's always rubbed me the wrong way that I used to see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, how is this guy the leader of the health, whatever?" And whether or not he does a good job is besides the point. But they would be like, "Why is he the leader of the health thing when he's a former drug addict?" I'm like, "Aren't you people supposed to be like lenient and tolerant of people who have gone through hard shit? Like, why?"
Yeah.
But because he's been on drugs, he's automatically disqualified in your eyes. Like that was fucked up to me.
Hey, what's up, Annie? Yeah, if
What's
you
up,
point
Annie?
out that George Floyd was a drug addict, they'll get mad at you. But then you point out that RFK used to do drugs, and they're like, "Yeah, see, he's a junkie."
Yeah,
There's no moral consistency, and that's on both sides. The same
that's
thing.
facts. Yeah, it would be the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
John. Annie, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you talking about fucking John Pork?
Who is John Park?
It's a fucking meme. It's an AI pig guy, but he looks like a real guy. I got mom with it one time, but it was like a police chase over John Pork, missing suspect. I showed mom, and I was like, "Mom, have you seen this news story about this guy that looks like a pig?" And she thought it was real. You gotta look it up.
Look up John Park.
Yeah, John Pork.
And he always comes in with some off the cuff shit.
Yeah, and he's crazy.
Oh, okay. So it's a guy with a pig mask on his, or a pig filter.
Yeah, the original meme is like, "Oh, John Pork is calling you. Are you gonna answer?" And it's like his picture on the phone and shit. But there's a lot of weird memes behind it now. Annie, why are you obsessed with John Pork?
You know what we should do on here? We should play Roblox.
Oh, I've never played Roblox. It could be fun though.
And, Nelly used to make me play.
Yeah.
But it's actually fun. It's basically just there's just hundreds of games that people make the games themselves. But there was a Annie, what was that one game called where people, it was basically just like people were just walking around and they were all talking. Like it was kind of like a chat room, but
Oh, is
you're
it VR chat?
kind of like that, but it is on Roblox.
Yeah,
So it's
and
not actually
Marvin Beak.
VR, but you are an avatar and you walk around a chat room essentially.
Yeah, Marvin Beak and Tim Cheese got him. Rest in peace to my dog John Pork.
Yes, please play Roblox. Yeah, see, and plus Roblox would get clicks because it's fucking Roblox. I don't know how we'd both do it though. Actually, now that I think about it, I can only do one screen share.
Well,
I
we, we
can't.
we could be playing online and you'd be able to see my avatar on your screen because we're interacting together. So it'd be fun.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Marvin Beak is on the Epstein list. Facts.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm old. What is the I always forget what my mic is called. Beacon. Yeah, I know Beacon has a mixer though. It's like a USB mixer, and but now that I think about it, I don't know if it has buttons for sound effects. I'm not sure how that would work.
Mm.
I don't know. That's stuff for the future though. Like I said, I don't have money anyways, and especially not money to spend on the stream.
Now, if we play Roblox, I'm gonna find people that are fat and talk shit to them. I was in Disneyland over the weekend. Dude, the amount of fat people on the fucking scooters is infuriating. And they get mad at you like you're in their way as if they're not riding a fucking bus down the fucking walkway. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you don't get out of their way, it's because you're fat phobic.
No, exactly. I'm like, dude, this is fucking ridiculous. If you're so fucking fat that you can't walk, maybe you shouldn't be at Disneyland, or you should get the exercise in and fucking walk like the rest of us.
Yeah, the post is up to 18.4K.
Dude, nice. Gotta
And yeah,
get
I've gotten like 10
20%
followers out of it.
Fuck. Yeah, Disney is full. Yeah, I don't know what the correlation is between Disneyland and fat people, but they love that shit. I think it's because there's so much fucking sugary food everywhere.
Yeah, probably that. And probably just the fact that a lot of fat people are probably immature. Like that's probably how they got fat in the first
Oh.
place.
Yeah, I was thinking immature, and I know a lot of fat people are like escapists. You know, like they want to escape their reality because they're fucking fat and horrible, so they want to go to Disneyland to get rid of that feeling.
Yeah, and they've been saying that. And they tell you that like going to the gym is like that makes you it's like conservative coded to go to the gym.
Dude, I've seen that shit. That's the dumbest thing of all time. Dude, the psyops that the government, the CIA is cooking up are some of the best I've ever seen. If people actually believe that shit, I gotta applaud the fucking CIA, man.
I always see clips on Instagram that'll be like a shootout in the ghetto and it's like the CIA is all partying right now.
Dude, facts, they're popping up. Dude, they're fucking good at their jobs.
Yeah, it's crazy that people don't realize. Like I always talk about how, especially my generation, like millennials really
Yeah.
don't realize when they're being like psyoped or things that are
Dude.
propaganda. Like they cannot tell propaganda from actual news. They don't realize when they're being used for movements and shit. It's like
Yeah, dude. The best one I've seen, this one guy, he was talking about it. Do you know who, the president who deported the most illegal immigrants is? Like which one? Which president was?
it's Obama.
It's Obama, bro. I was like, dang, like I wasn't surprised because I know
In
Obama
in
is the one that fucking drone strike the Middle East 24/7 and deported
in,
everyone. But
in
somehow,
Mexico, they called him the deporter in chief.
yeah, the deporter in chief, yeah. But the media makes it seem like Trump is like the, and I'm not a Trump fan or nothing like that, but like the, you know, like he's like the biggest deporter of all time. Dude, no, Obama deported way more, but the media wants to divide us, so they make it seem like Trump is like the worst dude of all time.
Yeah, if you go back and watch like Democrats talking in like 2009. There's like
Yeah,
Hillary Clinton's like, we got to get rid of the fucking illegals. They
yeah,
can't be.
dude's wild.
Yeah. You go back and watch like Bill Clinton too, and it's even like, we need to get people off of food stamps and back to work. It's, yeah, and they just completely change overnight. And if you bring that up to any of these people, they'll just act like they don't know what you're talking about, or they'll just, they'll just get mad and walk away. It's,
Oh, the more I completely agree with you. They want us all to fucking be so distracted and fucking hate each other that we don't realize what's really going on. I completely agree.
I also always think they just want the country in general chaos because the more things are chaotic, the more power people are willing to. Like, I always think about I forget what it's called, but like after 9/11 happened, people were like,
Mm.
oh, please tap our phones and listen to us if that means you'll stop terrorists. Like,
Oh, dude, facts. It's the same with all like the flight protocols and all that too.
yeah, yeah. The more shit's on fire outside, the more people are willing to be like, you know what, if you will fix this, then take all the power you need.
Yeah, the more scared people are, the more they're willing to be invaded. You know, with like their privacy and all that, dude. You think about like if you told someone back in like 1975 that the government would have 24/7 surveillance over you, dude, they'd be horrified. But all of us just have to accept it.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. News said right now government shutdown just ended. I mean,
Yeah, they're getting back together. It's funny because now
they're getting you make it sound like it's a fucking band. Oh, they're back together.
now left-wing nerds like Harry Sisson was on Twitter and he literally was like mad. He's like, I can't believe the Democrats are giving in and ending the
Oh,
government
shut the
shutdown. And
fuck
everyone's like,
up,
bro,
dude.
last week you were just crying about the government being shut down
Well,
because
dude,
people
who
weren't getting
gives
their
a
food
fuck? It
stamps.
literally makes no fucking difference either way.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
It's all fucking, it's all facade. It's all charade, bro.
Someone's like, oh yeah, the government's shut down, but I'm still getting my paychecks taxed.
Yeah, yeah, I've always wondered what the government shutdown actually means.
I don't think shit. I've looked it up before and it's basically just like, yeah, some people don't get food stamps. Some
Yeah,
people
well,
still do.
yeah,
Some
well, they say it's because the funding has run out. Like they're too much in debt or some. You know, they can't pass the funding bill to continue running. But I'm like, why doesn't that stop them at other times of the year? I'm wondering what's actually going on. Like, what's the reason for the actual shutdown other than to drive up panic and hysteria?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all it is. And then the last two times, both times Trump was in, they had the longest shutdowns. And as far as coming from one side, I think, oh, they want that because now Trump has on his record the two longest government shutdowns.
I mean, it doesn't fucking matter. I did see a video of him recently, dude. He looks horrible. I think he
He
should.
looks really bad.
Yeah, he needs to fucking call it quits, man. I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through he's like, "Fuck it, I retired." Fucking let old JD Vance take the spot instead, dude. Like I said, I'm not a fan or nothing, but it is kind of sad to see him fucking so senile, like sitting there, fucking like all hunched over and shit. I'm like, dude, you should just go enjoy the rest of your life. Why are you living like this?
He has lost. First of all, I will say I don't think he is near like Joe Biden clearly had fucking dementia or all
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, he's not that bad, but he just looks
But
really fucking old.
and it gets worse when you go back and watch. If you go back and watch the original Trump-Hillary debate,
Oh, dude, I seen a clip. Yeah,
as much as I'm not a fan of Trump, he had a fucking spark that you're like, I see why people like this guy. This guy was running around the stage talking about putting her in prison and shit. And when you go back and watch that and then look at him now, it's like, holy shit.
yeah. Well, he used to give a fuck too. I remember he had a big part of his talking point that I think a lot of people like put a lot of people on his side. He was saying like, no more sending young Americans to die in all these pointless wars. He was fucking fired up about it though. I was like, dang, like this guy used to cut some crazy promos, but now, dude, he's just a typical shill from a certain country that I won't name, and he just sounds fucking old and tired, man.
Yeah, his volume never really rises above you know, fucking half whisper nowadays. He used to be loud. He used to get loud. He used to laugh. It's crazy to look at that comparison. And then they say the presidency ages everyone, a million years.
Yeah, facts.
Like those before and after pictures of them are always crazy. But yeah, he looks really bad, and he is fucking. I think what like 79 years old, like damn near 80 years old.
Yeah, facts. I think he's just about 80. Yeah, he should fucking call it quits and fucking go enjoy the rest of his life with his hot wife.
Actor
We
president for 4 years, someone wearing a mask. Who would it be? Who would it be in the mask? Imagine getting that job. Like, hey, we need you to put on a Trump mask.
No, I think he's talking about Biden. I know the the more I'd be curious to know what you think about the Trump assassination attempt. I do not believe in that shit at all.
The Moore doesn't think that shit was real.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear what he thinks. Of course, I know he would agree. But dude, there's not even a scar from his fucking ears. You know why I know that shit's fake? I remember back in the day when people would have like the what do they call them, gauges or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, those left a bigger scar in people's ears than Trump's bullet through his fucking ear cartilage did. There's no scar.
I like how people were saying when they talk about it being fake, they're like, yeah, he learned that blood trick from his time in WWE.
Dude, probably, bro. It didn't hurt him at least. Probably fucking helped.
Yeah, when I first got with Calamity Jane, she had to spend $1,000 to get her ears sewn up. It was like $500 an ear to get your old gauges whole sewn up.
Dude, facts, and that's the soft part of the ear. Trump got shot through the hard cartilage part. Like that would not be as easy.
I did see a picture of Kanye going around in the white face.
Dude, I saw Kanye's performing in Japan recently. Dude, he looks happy as fuck.
I saw something about him apologizing to the Jews.
I didn't see that.
Someone posted something about he had a meeting with a rabbi to apologize for how mean he's been to Jewish people. And I don't know. To me, that doesn't seem like Kanye.
Yeah, dude, it's because it's the clone. The real Kanye is fucking lobotomized, chilling in a park somewhere.
Yeah. The more, what do you think about Kanye? Do you think Kanye got replaced years ago? I mean, he did tell us if he ever goes away for a while and comes back, it's not him.
It's not him, yeah.
I took my gauges out about a year ago. They closed up halfway, but not back to their original size. Kanye industry plant.
Kanye.
Do you think the
I don't
Kanye
know,
today is
bro.
an industry plant, or the original Kanye is an industry plant?
I'm pretty bought in on the Kanye. Like they sacrifice. His mom was his sacrifice to become famous and all that shit. I do think that shit is true.
Yeah, that was the Dave Chappelle replacement timing. This is the longest time we've gone without bringing up Dragon Ball GT.
Step into the Grand Tour.
It sucks on the website that I watched, they don't play the intro.
Oh, dude, that song is fucking awesome. Hey, if we ever hit 10K subs, I'll do a cover of it.
The website I watched on is animefreak.to.
Ooh, nice. That TO, what the fuck does that mean?
You never see those websites? There's all kinds of different dude, there's like .xr, .to, yeah.
Dude, I try and stay away from any like spammy, scammy, like virus-ridden sites. I have a big fear of getting a fucking virus on my laptop.
I do too, but on my phone. Because I've heard it's damn near, it can happen, but I've heard it's damn near impossible to catch a real virus on an iPhone.
Yeah, I do know it's pretty hard. That's facts.
So I'll watch whenever I, illegally watch any free movies or, anything like Dragon Ball GT for free. I do it on my phone. On my computer,
Gotcha.
I would never. I'm very cautious because this computer's like a fucking $1,000
Definitely, yeah.
and the stream would die, and I have no money to replace this right now. See, I don't click on anything weird on the computer.
That's smart, yeah.
Even when I downloaded the, what do they call it? The emulator for the Game Boy on my computer. I sat here for like 30 minutes staring at the screen like, is this a fucking reliable emulator website?
Yeah, dude, I remember you doing hella research on Reddit, making sure everything was cool.
Yeah, I was like making sure. Have you seen Kris Jenner's latest facelift? She's nearly 80, trying to look 20. It's super creepy.
Dude,
Like,
that's every famous old lady, though. That shit does not surprise me.
yeah, they're all mentally ill. Like, bro, you're 80. Just look 80.
Yeah, it's okay to look 80. What was I gonna say? Dude going crazy, and this lines up with rap and hip hop being all about depression. Street cred became mental instability. Yeah, dude, I think that has fucking influenced its way to mainstream culture. Like a bunch of like younger people like lie being about like more ghetto areas than they're from, like trying to make it seem like they've had like like mental instability, like they've been through the trenches and shit. It's okay to be a normal person.
That was a big thing in the pop punk scene. In like early and mid 2010s when I was playing, it was all these like white kids from upper middle class suburbs being like, I can't wait to get out of this town. And it's like the nicest town you've ever been to.
Yeah, telling that people fucking dream of moving to. Oh, dude, it's so bad out there, bro. I was fighting for my life. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's okay to. It's actually a good thing to be from a nice place.
Yeah, it's like kids in Walnut Creek.
Oh,
like,
fucking Walnut Creek.
You're like, fuck this town. Yeah, we used to play shows in the Bay and like, some other towns around Walnut Creek that I can't remember the name of, but yeah, these kids, like, yeah, fuck this town. This town has been I'm so depressed, and I'm like, bro. By the way, I watched the new Frankenstein. The cinematography and acting was good. The story is boring as fuck. I mean, what was the story? Was it not the original?
Story of just Frankenstein? And
yeah, what did he do?
Appreciate the classics because she's too busy watching fucking AI John Porkbrain Rot all day. A regular movie doesn't satisfy her no more.
I'm very hesitant to watch the new Frankenstein because I really like the original Frankenstein. And I know everyone. What?
Have you read the book?
Not since like probably high school.
Oh, it's good. You should read it. My bad. Go on though.
A lot of horror fans like the new one, like Guillermo del Toro. They're all saying it's good.
Dude, he's goated. I didn't know he was the one making it.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro made this most recent Frankenstein. I fucking like the original. It just to me is one of those things. But I need to watch it because I'm always someone that's saying they should stop making remakes of movies from 10 years ago and make them from movies of 100 years ago. And now here's a movie, like Nosferatu. Like we went and saw that.
I like that movie. I thought it was cool.
I really like Frankenstein, but yeah, I guess eventually I'll watch this one. It's got Mia Goth in it, so I should watch it. It's also got Christoph Waltz, which is hilarious.
You should give it a chance.
I also need to watch the Toxic Avenger remake, but I'm also hesitant on that.
Oh, dude, I remember we watched the trailer for the old one a few streams ago. That shit was funny.
There's a scene in the new one. So there's this movie review channel I watch on YouTube called Hack the Movies, and I really like them. I think they handle any kind of social or political topic the best, which is basically they don't bring it up. They're just there to talk about movies.
Yeah.
If something gets brought up that's controversial, Tony, his name's Tony, he's the host. Like when they brought up Jeepers Creepers, there's a whole story about how the director did weird shit with kids and went to prison.
Oh, fuck.
They reviewed Jeepers Creepers, and instead of like talking about it every 5 minutes like YouTubers will do now, like, yeah, fuck this guy, in the very beginning of the video, Tony from Hack the Movies got on and he just said, hey, look, we know this director's a dirtbag. We're just going to talk about the movie. And then they move on.
Dude, hell yeah. I like that as well.
So Tony will make fun of, there's those people that cry woke anytime they see a black person for 2 seconds in a movie.
Yeah.
And in some movies, of course, they push that shit way too much and it drags it down. But there are some movies where it's like, bro, there's a one black actor. Like it doesn't make the movie woke. Like it's fine.
Yeah, there just happens to be black people in the movie, which is totally fine. That's totally cool, of course.
But Tony will always make fun of them, and he'll be like, "Oh, this movie's totally woke." I think the new Scream, the Scream from like Scream 5, there was something that people were trying. There was 2 black characters in those movies, and people were saying that it was woke, and so Tony was making fun of it. But Hack the Movies reviewed the new Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
and I guess Tony was making a joke about how people are calling it woke. I guess there's a scene where they go into like a burger restaurant, and I can't remember the names of it. something about the original title of the burger restaurant had the name Mister in it, but then they changed it to Mrs. And so people in the movie, this is all happening in the movie, by the way, in the universe.
Yeah.
So the story goes that some bad guys came and they were unhappy about the burger restaurant changing its name to Mrs. because it was contributing to the feminization of like the country or something. And the people are calling it woke, but also
That's fucking funny.
the people that make the Toxic Avenger, they are on that side. What's the guy's name? This is terrible. I can't remember the fucking producer's name, and he's like famous Lloyd Kaufman, like famous exploitation, low budget filmmaker since like the 70s and 80s and shit. He's like famously hardcore left. I mean, the Toxic Avenger originally is basically like anti-nuclear propaganda, essentially, in a funny way. I just didn't care for Jacob Elordi as Frankenstein. He's too skinny and lanky. Yeah, Frankenstein is supposed to be huge. I was to make a movie based off the game Diablo 1. Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, Diablo 1 is awesome. That would be sick. What do we think about the new mayor of NYC?
I don't live in New York City. I don't give a shit.
I was just gonna say, why does everyone give a fuck, dude? Like, why is the mayor of New York such a fucking national story? Who gives a fuck?
I think the theory or the logic from some people that I've watched that don't like him is that New York City is one of those trend-setting cities for America. Like, if when they say something about like, so California does, the rest of America follows within the next 10 years.
Yeah, right. That shit's not true, but I can see the argument or why people would think that way, dude. I've seen a bunch of people, talking because the I don't even know his name, like Mandani or something. Is that his name? The guy that won
on Saturday Night Live, they made a joke and they called him like something Rob Zombie, and I thought that was hilarious.
A Rob Zombie name drop is always cool, but I saw a lot of people were like, he's not gonna represent the fucking Jewish New Yorkers well. But dude, there's hella pictures of him with hella like Jewish rabbis and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder what does it mean, bro? What's going on?
So the theory or the logic from the people that don't like him is that New York City is like the city with the biggest economy in America. Like New York is like legendary, iconic America. It kind of represents the country as a whole. But I mean, from what he's been saying, first of all, I think the guy's promised a bunch of shit he can't actually do.
Yeah,
like,
true.
First and foremost, everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's gonna do this and he's gonna." I'm like, bro, he's a fucking mayor. Like,
yeah, he's the mayor of a town. I think it's more just like people like the idea. I feel like the same way for president too. They're not actually gonna be able to do all that shit. They just like the ideas, like if they could. Side note, but have you seen the video of him? I think it's like a AEW All Out, and he's watching Punk's entrance like in like 2021.
No.
Yeah, I guess he's a wrestling fan, which I thought was funny.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
That's the idea from the people that don't like him. From what he's been saying, I wouldn't want him as the mayor in the city that I live in. I mean, I live in a fucking small town, but so yeah, no, I wouldn't want him as my mayor. But first of all, I think half the shit he's promising is not going to happen. Some of the shit he is promising, if it does happen, and he's talking about like letting people out of prison and shit. He's one of those guys that wants to send social workers to 911 calls, which I think is the worst idea.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Like a dude a fucking 42-year-old woman with a clipboard gets called out to a domestic abuse, like, bro, come on, like, way to get people.
Yeah, she's gonna get her ass whooped too. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a funny. I will say I did mess with that one clip. I don't know if you've seen it, but they were like, "Oh, like, what's the first international trip you're gonna make if you're mayor?" And every other candidate says fucking Israel, and he's like, "I will stay in New York." I was like, maybe this guy's not half bad.
The one thing he did do that people are mad about that I actually kind of totally understand is when he got elected, his big speech, he was like, "I'm here to represent fucking," I don't remember. He was naming some like very niche third world countries, like fucking like Indian cab drivers. I'm here to represent fucking Istanbuli deli workers, and basically named every third world country and said nothing about I'm here to represent Americans and New Yorkers.
Americans, yeah, true. I mean, that's who you're supposed to be representing, whether or not they're from Istanbul or whatever. They're still American, hopefully.
But, it's like, bro, you're the mayor of New York.
Yeah, Annie, I've heard Karen Bass or Karen Bass, whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, I've heard she's pretty fucking horrible, dude. Well, the homelessness issue is it's on purpose that way though. They don't actually try and fix it. They try and make it worse.
Yeah, for sure.
They could fix that shit tomorrow if they wanted to. Dude, you've seen them do it when they clean up the fucking cities whenever they have like an
Yeah.
international guest. They could do it all in one day if they wanted to, but they don't want to because they want everyone to be miserable.
Yeah, they've literally cleaned up San Francisco overnight before.
Yeah. Dude, they could totally do it. And it wouldn't even be that hard.
Yeah, that is the thing. The new guy in New York, he seems to be very hostile, to rich people. That's like the thing. But if all the rich people of New York leave, New York is fucked. Because like you might hate rich people, but rich people do drive economy.
Yeah, at least a big part of it.
Yeah, so that is one thing. But yeah, no, overall, I'm like, dude, if they want to fucking if they want that guy for mayor,
Yeah, dude, exactly. That's how I feel. I'm like, well, it doesn't affect me at all. It's not even a state. It's one fucking city. And also, like, if that's who they elected, then fuck it. That's who they elected. Just see how it goes.
yeah, literally on the other end of the country from where I am. So
Yeah, that's how I feel about the fucking president most of the time too. I'm like, dude, whoever gets voted in, all right, whatever. Hope it goes well. Right on.
it's funny how the general consensus used to be like, oh, I might not like the president, but I hope he does well because I do live here. But now the consensus is, I don't like him. I hope he dies. It's like,
Yeah,
bro,
dude, for real. I see people be like wishing death on the fools they don't like. I'm like, damn, like you should get a hobby, bro. Like, why is that your main thought? Benny Moche was good, bro.
didn't realize how bad the homeless industrial complex was until I saw it with my own eyes. Oh yeah, Seattle is fucking. I mean, Chaz
Yeah, dude.
Chop. That's like my favorite story of all time.
Fucking Chaz Chop. Yeah, dude. Homeless industrial complex is a great way to put it because that shit is built on purpose.
It sucks because Seattle was like my dream home for years when I was with Calamity Jane. We used to want to move to Seattle, and now I'm like, dude, yeah, right.
Dude, if you become a trucker, you could get that trucker money, move to Seattle.
Yeah, start fucking driving truck up in Seattle, running over homeless people.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's what I would do if I was a trucker. I'd just try to run over homeless people.
The homeless industrial complex. Hey, how was Seattle other than that, Penny Mocha? I never been.
Yeah, why were you in Seattle? Seattle is awesome just because of the weather and the
Facts.
history, of course. But aside from that, it's kind of gone off the deep end.
Yeah, the weather looks awesome.
All right, I'm gonna chat keep rolling, I guess, because we gotta do. It's been like 40 minutes. I gotta pull up Dragon Ball GT. What you got against homeless?
I have nothing against homeless people. I feel bad for them. I pity them. I think it's stupid how people
Sounds fascist. It's Annie that hates homeless people. Annie
Yeah.
wants homeless people to die.
I think it's ridiculous and disgusting that they think it's better for them to be allowed to live on the street. I think that shit's dehumanizing. I think forcing them into shelters would be much better for all parties.
Dude, I think forcing them into fucking prison would be better than leaving them on the
Yeah,
street.
dude, prison would be better than living on the fucking sidewalk, dude, because that's bad for them, dude. Like seeing a stray dog is already bad enough, dude. Seeing stray humans is fucking crazy.
Realistically, I think half of them need to be forced into rehab. But I'm
More than
hardcore
that.
when it comes to junkies, just because I used to be a junkie. Junkies need to be picked up literally against their will and dragged into a fucking rehab is what needs to happen. Because most people will not get clean unless they are forced into rehabs. And once they have enough clean time under their belt, they most of the time, obviously not all the time, but generally they will stay clean. My ex-girlfriend was dragged into rehab kicking and screaming, and by the time she got out, she has been like clean as a whistle since, because that's just how that shit works.
Damn. Penny Mochi, that's cool, bro. Where would you rank it among other cities you've been to?
And I'm really pissed about this Instagram thing still.
Yeah, facts, dude. Well, I mean, at least you're close though. What is you're like 818, so you need like a little under 200 more.
Yeah, the Instagram it's been so fucking stagnant. It's been stuck at 800 followers for fucking
Dude,
months.
just pay for like 170 whatever followers or 180 whatever followers, and then you can live stream.
Just to start going live, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know how much it costs to buy followers.
Well, I mean, I would just pay for an ad. Like ads always get you followers.
There you go.
But I'm not gonna pay for that shit anytime soon, realistically.
For sure.
Okay, while chat keeps rolling again.
Hey, keep it rolling, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we are gonna run through Dragon Ball GT episode 12 and 13 really quick. So episode 12, we have. It's gonna sound so funny going from what we were just talking about to this now.
Yeah.
Episode 12 of Dragon Ball GT, we got Muchi. We finally see his true form. He's basically this weird looking monster thing with whips for arms. They're
Yeah.
extending whips. these last like 4 episodes really just keep introducing character after character after like they're just coming in.
Facts.
So we actually got a cool fight between Muchi and Trunks and Goku. Muchi also has telekinesis. Basically, he has the force. He can just kind of move stuff.
Yeah.
So he's throwing stones and swords all over the place at Trunks and Goku. Goku finally turns Super Saiyan. And then we get a shot of somebody somewhere else, kind of behind the scenes, who's watching this fight. And it's this guy who's playing with Pan, who's still in doll form. So he's kind of being weird playing with doll Pan.
Pervert.
Yeah, and he's talking about how it's probably about time to wake up Lord Lude finally. So he gathers all the cult members of the cult. And we learn this guy's name is Master Daltaki. And he announces to the cult that he's going to revive Lord Lude. I did write that it's pretty crazy that the Dragon Ball GT just did like a full-blown cult story. Like this is like a full, like this is like a cult. And then he announces to the cult, you all need to give your lives to Lord Lude to contribute to his greatness. And so Daltaki basically pulls out this fucking remote control and wakes up Lord Lude, or starts to, and the people of the cult start realizing like, hey, this Lord Lude guy, this looks just like a fucking machine that this guy's just turning on. And by the time they realize this, the Lord Lude turns them all into dolls and eats them all. So now the entire cult is now sacrificed to Lord Lude, which we learn is just a machine that's controlled by this guy Daltaki. Back at the fight, Trunks also turns Super Saiyan. So now we got Super Saiyan Goku and Trunks, except Goku pretty much wipes out Muchi right here. I wrote this is the part where we get the scene of Master Daltaki creeping on Pan, trying to change her clothes.
That shit was creepy.
And he's interrupted by this alert that Lude's energy level is not as high as he had originally hoped. But anyways, Goku and Trunks find the Dragon Ball they were after. And Daltaki finally confronts them. And he awakens Lord Lude for a fight with Goku and Trunks. And the episode ends. We're left on a little cliffhanger. Despite all the fentanyl zombies in Seattle, I'll say it's cleaner than San Francisco. In my opinion, the city is above San Francisco, but below Boston.
Damn.
Definitely better than San Francisco. I've never been to Boston. And I also haven't been to Seattle in years. I
heard Seattle's a lot worse. I actually think SF is not as bad as they say, but that's just my opinion. I've never been to Seattle or Boston, so I can't say.
Definitely really trying to avoid the Seattle metro area. And I was in Seattle way before fentanyl was like the big thing.
Yeah, true. There was a time when fentanyl wasn't even a thing yet. That's wild.
Yeah. So episode 13, Lord Lude is basically this giant baby-looking machine. Trunks notices is that it has a pretty powerful energy level for a typical machine. So with Goku and Trunks fighting Lude now, Daltaki is back to creeping on Pan in like a hidden room. He's trying to change her clothes again, but then Daltaki is interrupted by some ominous voice, and we learn that this is Dr. Mew, who is a character that I remember. I remember Dr. Mew. So we're finally getting into this stuff.
Yup.
And we learn that he's in charge of Daltaki, and he's the one that wants the Dragon Balls. And as Daltaki is talking to Mew, we see Goku and Trunks whooping Lord Lude pretty hard. And at this point, Dr. Mew basically tells us Daltaki's backstory and why they're working together. Daltaki was just like a con man.
Yeah, he's a scam artist.
He's a con man scam artist that he picked up to help him basically gain energy for this robot Lord Lude that Dr. Mew had built. So Daltaki gathered this cult and used all these people just for their energy, basically.
Yeah, dude, it was over a 20 years long process too, dude. Fucking long con ass scam.
Yeah. So then Dr. Mew notices Pan's power level. Pan still in doll form. He notices how strong she is and says, you need to feed her to Lude so that he can beat Goku and Trunks. But since Daltaki is creepily in love with this doll of Pan, he won't do it. So Dr. Mew turns Daltaki into a doll too and feeds them both to Lord Lude. And then we're left on another cliffhanger.
Yeah, dude, facts. I don't know if you noticed, but bruh, did you notice how good the animation was in episode 13?
Yeah, the fighting was really cool.
Yeah, right. I thought it looked really good. All the colors look good, especially from like the light effects from when Lude was waking up with like that green light. I thought it looked fucking sick. I thought it was a good episode. I also like they were getting into like the grand scheme of things with like the Dr. Mew shit. Like I said that it was a 20-year scam to wake up Lord Lude or whatever, but dude, like once we realize what's really going on, bro, I think it's all connected really well.
NASA equals Disneyland? What do
Outer
you mean
space is
NASA is
fake.
Disneyland? When you recognize outer space is fake?
I think he means like the NASA headquarters and shit. Like it's for entertainment.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like Disneyland is actually like they're doing space shit in Disneyland or
Nah,
something.
I think he means like NASA. Like it's all for entertainment, like Disneyland. Like it's like imagination shit.
Yeah, people are smoking fentanyl all over the place nowadays. People don't even care.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, smoking off a foil. The worst thing about smoking in public is smoking shit off a foil outside. You're gonna waste a lot of shit because the slightest breeze will flicker your lighter. And when you're smoking off a foil, you need that flame to stay straight on. But if it's flickering around, it's gonna, your shit's gonna blow. It's just a bad idea. Don't smoke anything off a foil outside. That's how you know people are desperate and have nowhere better to smoke, because if they're smoking outside.
Damn.
You definitely need to be indoors. A Mission to Mars, Space Mountain, rockets, caption.
Yeah, dude, the more I think about space travel, I'm not sure how much of it I actually believe in.
What happened to dope fiends finding trap houses to shoot up or smoking? Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like you were
Mm.
talking about last week, how homeless people have to burn so many bridges in their lives.
Dude, it's true. Yeah, once your bridges are all burned, and there are probably a lot of them you have to burn, but like once you're out of options, you're out of options, bro.
Yeah, like you can't even find a trap house to smoke your shit in.
Yeah, because you've been banned from the local trap.
But I thought these were good episodes.
Facts, yeah. I was thinking. I'm happy we're back to the show and its good point. We hit a good stride. I think this is a cool little arc we're heading into.
Yeah, Dr. Mew, from what I remember, is basically the Dr. Shiro of GT.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, he kind of even looks the same.
Yeah, yeah, right.
But yeah, so we're getting into like serious stories. There was just so many characters coming out of nowhere in this little mini arc, with, like Moochie Moochie, and then he's not the real Moochie Moochie, and then there's Lord Lude, and then there's this Dotaki guy, and then there's Dr. Mew. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, facts.
But no, realistically, overall, it was a good 2 episodes for sure.
Yeah, I like the scene where Trunks and Goku go Super Saiyan together too. I thought that shit was tight.
It was funny how quick they beat Moochie Moochie, though. Like, I didn't even realize they'd beaten him.
Yeah, facts. They killed him fast.
Tomorrowland, the movie says NASA shut down because they ran out of good ideas.
Hmm.
What does NASA do? The more, I guess, like, yeah, like, what would you say NASA is actually doing then? Like, if I was an employee at NASA, like, what would their like day-to-day operation actually be then?
Yeah, what kind of NDAs are they signing to not fucking tell everyone? Oh yeah, my job's fake. I play fucking golf all day or some shit.
I always wanted a job where I couldn't tell anybody about what I do.
Oh, that'd be sick.
It'd be awesome.
My buddy used to pull that shit. He used to work at the fucking Four Seasons Hotel, and he wasn't allowed to say with the celebrities that would come through since it's like a fancy hotel. Dude, he would pull the gayest shit of all time. He would meet like some like C-list celebrities, like, well, I'm not supposed to tell you guys, but I ran into so and so, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know who the fuck that is. Like, don't be all fucking lame with it, bro.
It's like some SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah, it's some random ass fool I've never even heard of in my life. I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck? Jesus Christ.
Protomax, do you watch One Punch Man? I never watched it.
I've seen clips of like the first season, but I've never finished it or nothing like that. But it's cool. I've heard that the third season sucks. So sorry if you're a fanship is. Are run by interns. The more you're losing me, man.
Yeah, what do you mean the programs are run by interns?
For SpaceX, I would be more curious to find out what SpaceX really is.
Yeah, what do they do with SpaceX?
I'm sure that SpaceX is really just a Elon money laundering scheme. He's probably flushing his dirty money through there and cleaning that shit.
I totally forgot to pop up the Dragon Ball GT captions, but now we're done with it.
Yeah, we're doing it. GT episodes 12 and 13 get an A+ from me. I thought they were tight.
Yeah, they were both better. I mean, I've still liked I haven't disliked anything so far, but these were probably 2 of the better ones for sure.
Facts. Good action, good stakes, and we're progressing into the machine mutant arc well. Yeah, I've heard the oceans is really where the real shit is, but that's why they say they're unstudied. We can't study them because they don't want people to know what's really out there.
Yeah, I think there could be aliens in the oceans.
That's what they say. They say that the aliens are in the oceans, and they're not really aliens. They're actually demons.
I enjoy it. I've heard that too, but I haven't watched the 3rd season yet.
Yeah, I've heard the 3rd season sucks. A couple of my buddies are hella disappointed in it. Under that, yeah, DBS did nuke Future Trunks, man. Future Trunks was the coolest character of all time in Z. I said this on our first episode, I think, but I think Future Trunks had the greatest introduction in all of fiction, and Dragon Ball Super made him a little bitch.
Yeah, I never watched Super, but that sucks that they ruined him.
Yeah, dude, no, it sucks. The arc had a lot of potential. It was gonna be really cool, but they completely ruined it. Basically everything they were fighting for, the fucking god of the universe just comes and destroys the timeline anyway. So they did all that shit for nothing. He could have nuked the timeline from the start. It's fucking stupid.
Dude, Steven just sent me a clip the other night, and I think it's on. I don't know why he sends me clips on Facebook. I really might have to try to hold my phone up to the camera to see if I can show you this. I
Shout
probably
out
don't even need
Steven.
to show you, but it just is. Basically, it says there's powering up, and then there's future Trunks powering up, and it shows you just how badass. Okay, this is gonna be
Facts.
terrible. If it doesn't work,
Oh, facts when he fucking blasts off the jacket.
yeah, he just
Dude,
blasts his
in the
jacket
Broly
off.
movie. No, Future Trunks was fucking goated, man.
Oh yeah,
So
it's so
sick,
cool.
dude. Nah, Trunks is the man. Dragon Ball Z is so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, Dragon Ball G, Dragon Ball G,
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball Z does
G.
rule.
Facts.
If I had a son, I would for sure make him watch Dragon Ball Z and
I
Dragon
I
Ball
would
and Dragon Ball GT.
I always talk about that. When I have a son, I'm definitely making him watch fucking Dragon Ball. Dude, you can learn so many good life lessons and you won't be a little bitch.
Yeah, I was basically saying that Goku's real power is basically the Michael Jordan power, whereas I always say Michael Jordan, the reason he was special is because he might get his ass whooped by the Pistons for years on end, but he
Yeah.
will go to the gym for longer than you, and then he will train and come back and beat you.
Well, and Michael Jordan also kind of had that Goku effect where Dennis Rodman, was like his enemy, but then, they end up becoming teammates later on, just
Yeah.
like Goku and Piccolo, Goku and Vegeta, oh, fuck it, like, I need your help, bro, like, join the team.
It was me and Steven going over the who would win, Superman or Goku.
Oh,
And
Goku, dude.
I was saying Goku, and I was like, because the thing is, Goku's like Michael Jordan. Superman might whoop him once or twice, but Goku will go train, and he will come back, and he will win.
Dude, there's not a character in fiction who could beat Goku.
Yeah, no, Goku's definitely unbeatable.
Shit piss, that's fucking awesome. Make your nephew watch all of it, man.
My nephew watch it. I think original Dragon Ball is best though, then Z. I prefer Z the most, but that's just because that was the show of my childhood. But Dragon Ball is awesome. I always noticed that Dragon Ball was really more so about just pure fighting, whereas
Yeah.
then Z we got to like Super Saiyan and a lot of blasting and
Yeah, Dragon Ball was a lot more about like the martial arts and shit, which is cool. And the story's really good too. Especially when oh wait. Oh yeah, no, I can spoil when fucking Krillin gets killed and you get the original Goku crash out and he kills Tambourine and then he fucking like barbecues him and eats him. I was like, damn, dude, Dragon Ball's fucking sick.
well, and then Master Roshi was also just full blown fucking nose bleeding all the time.
Yeah, facts.
Didn't care if the girl was 16. Master Roshi was just going for it.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
All right, still chat, keep it up. I'm mostly
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about this because it's been popping off on TikTok for me, so I got to keep talking about
Let's
it.
get these clips.
Christy is flopping like historically. It's done like the worst opening weekend box office for any movie with over 2,000 theaters. And of course, all of the nerds on the internet who are still crying about the American Eagle commercial are trying to take credit for it. And they're saying, yeah, we're the reason this movie is doing terribly because we're all boycotting this movie. And if you're a reasonable person with like a functioning brain, you realize, no, the reason this movie is doing terribly is because first of all, it's an indie movie. So it's been produced by a bunch of independent production houses and whatnot. One of which being Sydney Sweeney's own production company, which I'll get into in a second, to why I think this actually proves that she is doing very well with her life. The real reason it's flopping is because it's a fucking historical sports drama about a chick boxer that no one's ever heard of. And just the story itself, I know I have friends that like Christy Martin and have come out and said, dude, she's actually really badass. But just when you say the story, like in summary to most people, oh, it's about a female boxer who escapes an abusive relationship, it sounds like one of those pretentious, artsy fartsy, kind of socially driven movies that people are really tired of these days.
Mm.
So that's why it's flopping, because nobody wants to go see a fucking movie about a chick boxer that no one's ever heard of. That's why it's doing bad. And again, because the marketing was also just terrible. Everyone's commenting, like, dude, I didn't even know this fucking movie was out yet.
I'm one of those people. I didn't know anything about it till I saw your video of it.
Yeah, everyone's commenting and they're saying, "Bro, I haven't even accidentally seen a trailer or a clip from this movie on." And people that are doom scrolling all day are like, "I've not seen one single second of
Yeah.
anything from this movie yet." So of course it's flopping. But
Mm.
yeah, people are trying to say it's because of her politics. People are also now on TikTok trying to say that her career is failing, her career's in jeopardy, she's in danger. And it's like, bro, she just produced this movie. So she's now at the point where she actually has so much money that she can make movies for fun. And she said this, that she's doing movies that she likes the story. She did it with Immaculate. She produced that movie too.
Mm.
So people are trying to say like, oh, her career is doing terribly. And it's like, bro, she's making movies for fun because she has her own production company and has the money to do so. Like, how many of you guys are just out making movies for fun? And
Mm.
if anything, and she's still, she's still going to be in The Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out next year. She's still going to be in the next season of Euphoria. She's still looking like she's going to have a starring role in the live action Gundam movie.
Nice.
So it's ridiculous to say that, oh, because of the American Eagle commercial, that's why this movie's flopping. No, this movie's flopping. And two, movies are flopping all over the place nowadays. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Disney
What
movies.
movie's actually done well?
Yeah, dude, but Disney movies are flopping nowadays. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Let's not act like this Christy movie is the only movie to ever flop in the last year. Like 50% of movies are now flopping. Like, that's just kind of a regular thing. People aren't going to the theater.
Dude, probably more than 50%.
You can actually see Bulma's nips in Dragon Ball. Yeah, Bulma is a total babe. But there was another thing I was going to point out about movies in general. What I was thinking was, I think somebody pointed out this her all of her movies that have come out in 2025 have kind of been box office flops. Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
And so I think, whereas I will say people need to be realistic and acknowledge that she's still very rich and she's still doing perfectly fine in her career and is obviously very well off. Her movies can be flopping. It's the same thing as like Jared Leto's movies flop, but he still has a net worth of $100 million and he's totally fine. He's not in any danger of losing his career.
Mm.
I think Sydney Sweeney should start doing horror movies.
Why do you say that?
Well, when I say horror movies, I mostly mean like Linnea Quigley. She needs to do low budget slasher movies because one, Sydney Sweeney has no problem getting naked on camera. Two, she obviously likes horror movies. She did Immaculate, even though that was like a supernatural horror movie. I think she needs to do like cheap, low budget slashers. She could be a scream queen, basically. She could do like Jenna Ortega did that
idea.
X movie and the 2 Scream movies.
Yeah.
She could be a hot blonde chick running around getting chased by a guy with a knife.
Mm.
She could get naked for a couple scenes in the movie. She needs to start doing low budget horror movies because she could totally be a scream queen.
Oh, for sure. I see the vision.
But I think her movies are flopping because she's choosing to do these like kind of pretentious, artsy fartsy, like, she did Americana, she did Eden, now she did Christy, and which I still also think just proves how successful she is, that she's got enough money that she can just do these. She's literally just doing these movies for fun. Like, she said she got the script for the Christy movie. And it's like, oh yeah, I really just like the story. It's a girl power movie. Which is also funny because the same people that are crying about Sydney Sweeney doing the American Eagle commercial, they're the same people that would normally be calling you a misogynist if you didn't go see this movie.
I was just thinking, if she didn't have the controversy with that shit, they'd fucking love this movie and she would be like their new hero.
Yep, they'd be saying, oh, this movie's flopping because men don't want to see women in strong roles.
Yeah, men don't care about women's sports.
Yep, but now that it's Sydney Sweeney, they're like, yeah, that's our fault that she's flopping and she's doing terrible. It's so fucking ridiculous. There's no moral consistency with any of these people.
Dude, facts. Well, because there is no moral consistency. They just go with what everyone else says to do on their fucking TikTok feed.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, she's fine. She's totally fine. And I'm sure Christy will continue to flop. Like, again, who's gonna, aside from Dirty White Boy, he's apparently a big Christy Martin fan.
Well, dude, like we were saying earlier, what movie doesn't fucking flop? I feel like it's less common it's more common to find movies that flop than ones that don't.
Yeah, well, that one movie that just came out, the movie Leonardo DiCaprio just did a movie, One Battle After Another. I didn't see it, but apparently people said it was basically an anti-ICE movie. Like, it was basically about these people, fighting a fascist, whatever. And that movie flopped miserably too. And of
Yeah.
course, nobody came out and said, "Oh, whatever." They instead got on Twitter and said, "Oh, the reason people won't see this movie is because they support fascism and blah blah blah." And
Oh god, dude. Dude, The Rock's most recent movie, The Smashing Machine, dude, supposedly it's his best movie of all time, but it's probably doing the worst out of any movie he's ever done. Just because it's impossible for any movie to do good nowadays.
well, wasn't that also like a sports
Yeah, it's
biographical?
an MMA biopic, but
It's
like I said,
basically
like
the
he's like the
male
big
version of the Christie movie.
exactly. It's the male version, dude. The Rock's the fucking what is The Rock top 10 biggest actors of all time? Like, dude, if he can't get a movie to not flop, then no one can.
Yeah, I think one, people just aren't going to the theater. Two, people for sure aren't going to the theater for biographical sports dramas.
Yeah,
That seems more like oh, I'll watch it on Netflix at home, but I'm not going to go to the fucking theater for it.
yeah.
And yeah, if The Rock can't get a movie like that off the ground, another thing, some people have been pointing out, and I think it's obviously totally true.
Mm.
Movies like that are Oscar bait. So, like, I
Oh,
don't think
facts, absolutely.
The Rock doesn't care about box office. Sweeney doesn't care about box office with Christie. They're looking for Oscars. They're looking
Yeah.
for, oh, this is this actor's, because that's what everybody was saying about The Rock. Oh, this is
Mm.
his best performance, like artistically as an actor.
Yep.
So sure, he might not make box office, but he's for sure going to be in talks for some Oscars with that movie. And Sweeney, if any movie's going to win her an Oscar or get her in talks for Oscars, it's going to be a movie like Christie.
Exactly, it'd be this one. I think people forget the difference in perspectives. They're like, "Oh, it's flopping. What about the money?" I'm like, dude, these people don't care about money. They have more than enough money. They're trying to get accolades, or just both of them are doing shit that they like. Like you said, like she liked the script, she wanted to do the movie. She doesn't care how it does.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the same for The Rock. I'm sure he just liked the script and was like, yeah, I want to play this
Like,
character.
yeah, it'd be a cool thing to do. I want to do it. It's not about making money for them, dude. They already have a bunch of fucking money.
And to me, that proves how successful the people are. Like I said, they literally have fuck you money. They have fuck you money to the point where they can make
Exactly.
movies for fun. And
Yeah, they can do what they want and not worry about the financial repercussions because they don't have to, bro.
the nerds on the internet, to me, kind of the biggest thing is people really lack the ability to separate their opinion from like reality. So,
Yep.
like they'll get on there and tell you, oh, Sydney Sweeney's career is failing. Bro, she lives in a $14 or a 14.
She lives in a cardboard box.
She lives in a $14
A
million.
$14 house.
She lives in a $14 million house in Florida. What are you talking about? Her career is
Yeah.
in danger. Like, she owns a production company. Like, she literally is making movies for fun. And I'm not talking about shooting a movie on her iPhone in her backyard.
Well, dude, and to anyone that thinks that Sydney Sweeney's in any financial trouble, dude, any rich Hollywood executive would give Sydney Sweeney $10 million right now to fucking hang out with her.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, man. Like, are we being for real? People are so fucking stupid.
Somebody in the TikTok comments on my one video that's been popping off said, like, oh, yeah, that's why she's now whoring herself out to Scooter Braun. I'm like, do you think Scooter Braun is giving her money to go on dates with her? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't even know who that is, but I agree with you.
She's dating him now. He's the guy that bought Taylor Swift's discography years
Oh, shit.
ago. And
Uh-huh.
so everyone in Hollywood, or every one of these same nerds hates him. He is also Jewish though. So there is that.
There, yeah, there you go.
So he's like one of the rich. He's kind of like a more of a finance guy in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jewish
no,
finance guy in Hollywood. Very interesting. But go
and
on.
then some people, one guy on TikTok, I actually went back and forth with him and I was telling him, no, dude, she's got 2 movies coming out. She's still going to be in Euphoria. I said, she's got a shit ton of money. And the guy was like, I was just saying that people aren't going to watch her movies. I'm not talking about how much money she made. Like, okay, well, if you live in the real world, you understand that money is the objective sign of success. And
Exactly.
so,
There is no other sign of success.
yeah, the only people who say that money isn't everything are poor people and rich people.
Yeah, it's facts. Yeah, because rich people are still sad about their lives. Like, oh, money's not everything. And then poor people, I think poor people know how important money is because they see how shitty their life is when you
But
don't
they're
have
coping.
it. Some poor people do cope. That's facts. But I think
When poor people, like if I came here and was like, well, money's not everything, bro, I'm just fucking broke. So I'm trying to pretend like, oh,
yeah, you gotta cope. That's
this
facts. Yeah.
actually makes me happy. No, bro, you need money.
Dude,
Like,
there's a really good fucking I don't know if it's like a study or it might be like a theory, but it's called like the spiritual man and the fucking physical man. Basically what it says is the spiritual man is someone who's not successful in the real world. They're not financially successful, but they're very smart. They can think through things. They have lots of interesting thoughts and theories. They're very emotionally like intact. But they hate the physical man, they call it, because you don't get rewarded for any of that shit at the end of the day. And money is the ultimate sign of success. And so the physical man looks down on the spiritual man because like, oh, you have no money, you're a bum. You're just sitting there thinking all day. At the end of the day, it's fucking true. Like you can have all these opinions and think you're righteous and all that, but at the end of the day, like you said, money is the ultimate sign of success. If you don't have any money for your shit, then it's not deemed valuable by society, which is why
Yeah.
like the Sydney Sweeney shit, like who gives a fuck if you don't watch her movies, bro? I'm sure she's worth $100 million.
Somebody was trying to say, somebody in the TikTok comments. This one actually, I was like, dude, some people on TikTok, they'll like, you'll be going back and forth with them,
Yeah.
and then they'll say something, and you're like, okay, you're retarded. Like I'm now aware that I'm talking to a retarded person. So this person was like, yeah, dude, she's gonna end up like Jared Leto, where people don't go watch her movies. And I'm like, Jared Leto has a net worth of $100 million. Like, what
Yeah,
are
you
you
think he gives a
talking about?
fuck?
Jared Leto, yeah, sure, he's been in some box office bombs for sure, but you say the name Jared Leto, and not a single person doesn't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, facts, and I'm sure he's got a fucking hot ass girlfriend or fucking 10 hot ass girlfriends. Like, dude, he doesn't give a fuck if you watch his movies or not. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's doing fine. He's doing perfectly fine. So it's yeah, these people can't separate. It's like I try to say, like if I don't like people, and again, I'm not a good example of it every time, just because I talk a
Yeah.
lot of shit and I start popping off and saying shit. But so it's like, for example, I don't like Elon Musk, right? But
Yeah.
if I'm talking realistically, I would never sit here and say Elon Musk is stupid or Elon Musk is a loser.
Oh yeah, you can't say those things. I don't like
Yeah,
him either.
because I don't like him, but like factually, like textbook definition, he's not stupid, nor is he a loser. Like you cannot say either of those about him. But
Yeah.
people can't separate their opinions, so they'll tell you, "Oh, I don't like Sydney Sweeney, so that means that she's failing, she's doing bad." And it's like, no, dude, she could buy your house tomorrow, like without
Yeah.
thinking about it. She's not doing bad, and it's certainly not because
Exactly.
some people are mad about an American Eagle commercial.
Yeah, the fact that's all over a fucking pants commercial is the best part too. It's a fucking jeans commercial. Who gives a fuck, man? Some people need hobbies so badly, man.
Yeah, people just need fucking something. Yeah, people really do need hobbies.
Yeah, go do something fun with your time. Don't hate on some chick because she's making a jeans commercial. It's fucking weird.
That is the funniest part. There are still those comments coming in on TikTok like, "Damn, I can't believe this really all started over a jeans commercial."
Yeah, a fucking pair of pants, bro. Who gives a fuck?
One of the most trending topics of the year, and this has been going on since that commercial came out months ago at this point. It's been a couple months.
Yeah, and people still don't let it go. Like, yeah, it's like the interview you were talking about. Fucking, oh, do you want, now that you have the chance, do you want to say anything about your fucking pants commercial?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
That interview was fucking tremendous. That lady just went on about it for like 10 minutes and asked the same question over and over and over again. And
Yeah, they do hate her because she's hot. It's facts. I completely agree. You know, it's always, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's like a sad truth, and I don't feel bad for saying it, dude. It's always the ugly women who are so fucking mean and like fucking brutal because they're just not happy with their lives, man. And I almost feel bad for them. I almost do.
I normally would, as crazy as that back in the day, I
Yeah.
think there's a comedian that has a bit about this. Fat girls used to be cool because fat girls
Facts, bro.
they knew that they were fat and they had to be funny. You have to have a good personality if you want to have friends.
Yeah.
But now everything has an empowerment movement.
Yeah.
Everything now there's a fat liberation movement. Now fat girls are also annoying and retarded.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I've said it before, like, yeah, they're all dogs. There was not a single attractive person talking shit about the jeans commercial. Not a single attractive girl was talking about how that commercial was racist. Although there was and when I told you about not the girl in the intro of the stream,
Yeah.
before I got Johnny on, the girl who sings that song that I used to do when I did the extra long intro.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I still talk to her.
Nice,
And
nice.
when the commercial first came out, she did try to say that it's a racist commercial.
No, dude.
So luckily, I did not go through because she was originally going to be a co-host on the stream.
Whoa, shit! I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I talked to her. We like got on screen and talked, but too
Damn.
many things. One, she told me she's afraid of getting canceled. And I was like, well, then I can't have you on because that's
Yeah.
literally how Johnny got on. Was we talked for like an hour and he didn't get offended by anything I said, and I was like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, you can roll with it. Shout out to 100 messages, by the way. Thank you, guys.
She also told me that she doesn't like referring to girls as fat. And I was like, okay, then I can't have you on.
What if it's true though? Whatever. It's fine.
That's what I tried to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made a joke. I was like, yeah, I was talking to her when that commercial came out, and I was like, yeah, it's funny that people really think it's some crazy like white supremacist commercial. And she was like, oh, but it is. And I was like, no, dude, come on, you really can't be that retarded, right?
Oh.
And she honestly went on some little tangent about like a completely, and I noticed this is her strategy, and I'm sure it has to be some other girl's strategy.
Mm.
I told her, I was like, no, you can't really be that retarded, can you? Like, it was a fucking jeans commercial where they made a funny
Yeah.
little pun about jeans and jeans.
Yeah.
And she went on some weird little side tangent. I can't even remember what it was about. I thought she changed the subject. And then so I just started saying something else. And then she messaged back and was like, yep, and that's why it's racist. And I'm like,
Oh, jeez.
I wish I could remember the side tangent, but it was like she changed the subject. And then as soon as I went along with the subject change, she came back and was like, yep, so I win. And then she wanted to move on or so. It's just,
Oh, I hate people that really want to win the debate too. I'm like, dude, who cares?
that's like all Facebook comment sections are anymore. It's like no one actually is there to talk. You know, people talk about the old wild west of the internet. That was back when you'd go on forums and like people actually were just talking and like exchanging ideas. But now you go on Facebook comment sections and it's just everyone's laughing emoji reacted everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to get in these like debates and win arguments, and it's like, dude, no one actually just wants to like talk about shit anymore.
We got Pena Moche coming in hot.
Sweeney is it's funny because I've still never seen her in anything. Like I've never actually watched a Sweeney movie.
Did you got to go see Christy or whatever it's called, The Supporter?
I'm gonna fucking see Christy.
Go watch it with Dirty White Boy.
Oh yeah, I should see if he wants to go see it actually.
Yeah, dude, go watch it. Maybe, dude, it could be good. Fuck it.
I'm sure it's perfectly fine. A lot of people say she's actually not a good actor.
I would believe it. I've never seen anything she's in, but yeah, dude, you guys should go watch it. And you get like a blue icy or something, blue icy and some popcorn.
When I saw that tweet earlier about her being a Russ Meyer character, that's like the coolest thing I ever saw. Russ Meyer's this director who worked in like the 60s and 70s. It's hard to describe Russ Meyer to people that don't know who Russ Meyer is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never heard of him.
Yeah, no, I figured you wouldn't. He made these movies. He made Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. Made Super Vixens. Wikipedia describes him as an American filmmaker. He was primarily known for writing and directing a successful series of sexploitation films featuring campy horror, sly satire, and large-breasted women, which have attracted a considerable cult following. He's known as like one of the greatest directors of all time.
Damn.
Roger Ebert wrote like one script in his life, and he trusted Russ Meyer to direct it. His movies are like borderline softcore porn. He obviously had like a Quentin Tarantino feet fetish, but for big tits. So like all the girls in his movies have big tits, and they're all amateur actors that have only ever been in one movie.
Yeah.
So people are saying Sydney Sweeney is a Russ Meyer girl. She's got big tits and she's a bad actor. She would have been.
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. Her appeal is that she's hot at the end of the day. That's all it is.
Yeah. You want to see a kind of racist movie? Watch Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Actually, I've never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. I don't take anything Pena Moche so seriously though.
Oh yeah, is he a troll?
Oh yeah. Breakfast at Tiffany's is a rom-com from 1961 though, so it could be a totally racist movie.
1961.
Let's see. It stars Audrey Hepburn.
Who's that?
You at least never like heard the name Audrey Hepburn?
I mean, I think I've heard the name, but I don't know.
She's like one of those Hollywood actors from back in the day, like seen as like classy, kind of like Marilyn Monroe-ish.
Okay.
I think she used to work with James Dean a lot. I'm trying to see if there's like a criticism. Okay, a controversy on Wikipedia. Since the 1990s, Rooney's portrayal of Yunioshi, I can't really read that, which featured makeup and prosthetic mouthpiece, has been labeled as a caricature of a Japanese man. Oh, so there's a Japanese racism in this.
Oh, dang.
In the Bruce Lee biopic Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, Breakfast at Tiffany's is used as an illustration of Hollywood's racist depiction of East Asians. It is claimed that Lee and his future wife walked out of a screening of the film upon viewing Rooney's performance.
Damn.
I was not expecting there to be like Asian racism in this movie. That's pretty badass. At least that's a unique kind of racism nowadays. You never hear about Asian racism. But yeah, yeah, either way, I think she's gonna be fine. Like I said, people need to quit acting like they know shit. People really act like they know everything too when it comes to
It's facts. They
so
think
like
they
somebody on
understand everything just because they have an opinion on it.
well, there was somebody on TikTok that was telling me that like yeah, her career is going down the drain because the box office is doing bad. And I'm like, you realize actors get paid more money than just box office. Like there's a contract up front that they're paid for, and there's brand deals that they get paid for, and there's behind the scenes work that they do. And she has a production company. Like,
I was just gonna say, dude, she could never do another movie again in her life, and she would make more money doing those soap commercials that she does.
yeah. Yeah, no, people will look up the box office of a movie and tell you like, oh, because Jared Leto's recent movie flopped, his career is in jeopardy. And it's like, even if he couldn't do starring roles, he will always have a role in Hollywood movies. It just might not be
Yeah,
the Joker. You know, it's gonna be a co-star even, you know, it's
true.
not
Yeah.
none of these people are in any kind of jeopardy of losing money or losing their careers.
Mm.
I guess a quick one I want to talk about Funko Pops.
The Funko Pops, may they
Did you
rest in
see that
peace.
they might be going out of business?
Yeah, I saw that they've been going under for a while, and like they're thinking with the amount of money that it costs to run it and the lack of money that they're making, they won't make it another year.
I know you'll like this one. Somebody posted this. GameStop stores after Funko goes out of business.
Dude, facts. Well, dude, they're always on discount now too. I don't know if you ever been to a store where all of them are like fucking half off. They're like $7.
I haven't been into like a GameStop at least in a long time, but I do know that GameStop is pretty much 3/4 Funko Pops at this point.
Yeah, dude, it's wild, dude. GameStop's really falling the fuck off, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, dude, I'm okay with it. I think some of the Funkos are cool, but I think if you like the character, you should just buy the figure of the character instead.
Yeah, I've got a little collection of them. But I was getting them back when they were still cool. I've got like 2 Rob Zombies. I've got a Kurt
Nice.
Cobain. I've got Conan O'Brien for some reason.
Conan's a funny one.
Yeah, I've got some funny ones. I've got AJ Styles.
Nice. Yeah, I think they were pretty cool back in the day, but yeah, they're played out. And dude, they get a really bad rep now. I saw a fucking funny ass meme about it the other day. The guy was saying like, "Oh, if you have a lot of anime figurines, I assume like you like the characters that you buy. If you have a bunch of Funko Pops, I assume you let your wife have sex with another man." I thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
Didn't they, when they first came out, weren't they actually a big deal? And then they kind of just got carried away, and now there's too many of them.
Dude, exactly. They oversaturated their own market. I've heard that a lot of them will go unsold and they will throw them away instead of giving them away for cheaper because their market's so oversaturated that they would lose more money if they sold them for a lower price, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, somebody was saying that the funny thing is Funko as a brand could just, or they could have just switched over and started making actual action figures.
Yeah, facts. They should at this point. Yeah, Peñamoche, you're absolutely right, dude. GameStop's going all in on cards, and I fucking hate it.
Well, what else is GameStop going to do? I'm surprised GameStop is even still alive.
Yeah, it's facts. Yeah, I understand they gotta do what they have to. We got Third Eye Atlas. What the fuck is the more talking about?
I just can't believe that video games now aren't even like physical media. I mean, back the last gaming phase I went through was
Mm.
I'll say this and you'll be the only person to know this. When I was living in that underground
Oh,
house,
dude, that house was awesome. But go on.
that's like one of the biggest mistakes in my life is losing that place. That was
Dude,
like,
facts. Now that I know the lore of what went down, I'm like, oh, you're an idiot, bro. That house was awesome. You should have kept it.
I could have lived there forever. Like even if me and Calamity Jane did break up, I wish I could still be living there. Like it's a
Facts, yeah.
fucking house underground, dude.
Yeah,
Like
'cause wasn't it like a family friend or someone that owns it?
yeah, it was our uncle had a buddy that lived in the middle. So it was a triplex up and down
Yeah.
for people that don't know. And the one I was living in there was an underground house. And it was fucking huge. It was just a 1 bedroom, but the
Was
living
sick.
room was like the size of like most people's living room and kitchen. It was basically a giant square was like kind of like the plot.
Dude, it was like an underground penthouse. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was fucking huge. And he built the catch with it the good catch was that when he built the meter for electricity and water on the triplex, he only built one. So there was no way to tell which house was using the most water and electricity. So his solution was just $1,300 a month flat, no utilities.
Hell
Dude, I
yeah.
used to leave when I was with I'd be, like, withdrawing from heroin, and I would just lay down in the shower with the hot shower water on for fucking I'm, like, 6 hours, dude, I'm not kidding. I'm taking, like, 6-hour showers, $1,300.
Dude, you're a fucking retard. Holy shit.
Yeah, but then you start doing too much drugs, and you don't have money to pay the rent. We were there for a long time after he tried to get us out of there too. We, like
Oh, really? You're a fucking squatter?
it was bad. I mean, no, well, no, we weren't, like, full-blown squatting. He knew we were still there. He gave us a long time to get out, but then there was,
Nice.
like one night he finally came by and was like, "Dude, it's been like a month. You guys gotta get out of here." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
damn.
Yeah, we fucked that place. I mean, we fucked up that opportunity so bad.
Yeah, that house was sick.
But that
But
was the last time I was gaming, and that was
that was
over
Final Fantasy 15, right? That's when you were playing all that shit?
Final Fantasy 15, and when they put out the Final Fantasy 12 remaster.
Oh, yeah, the Zodiac Age.
That was the last time I was gaming, and I remember going into GameStop. I still went into GameStop to buy that game, and I bought, they did a remake of some other Square game that I can't remember the name of, but,
Oh, I know what you're talking about because I remember you got it. Was it
it's like
the
Magic of Mana or something.
Secret of Mana? I know what game you're talking about. That
Yeah,
is, yeah.
it was that.
Wish
Peanut
to
Mocha,
make
Where's
that
the Underground House?
person.
It was in Dixon.
The house was tight.
Yeah, dude, that was the best fucking place. The layout was so crazy. The bedroom was, like, inside of the living room. So, like, there was, like, 2 doors. You walk out the bedroom to one side, and you're at the front door, and then you walk out the other side, and you're in the kitchen and then the living room. Super hard to explain. I'd have to, like, draw a picture of the layout, but
That house was awesome.
yeah, and we would just get high as shit and smoke cigarettes on the stairs, out on the side or the stairs we take to walk up to get to the driveway. And I was like, "Dude, we're never gonna get robbed. Like, who's ever gonna break who?" There no one even like, you couldn't see I mean, it was literally underground. You couldn't see the place. You had to go in through the garage, and then
Facts, yeah.
there was a doorway in the garage. You'd walk downstairs, and then you got to what we called the dungeon, which was our laundry room. Just because it was like a little concrete room with the laundry machines.
Yeah.
And then you actually walked into the house, and yeah, it was fucking huge. And we used to like cook dinner and shit. That was a fun like couple months though. It was like we like cook dinner, get high and shit. But yeah, that was the last time I was gaming, and I remember then I was learning that like people are downloading games. I'm like, what do you mean people are downloading games? I remember talking to the guy about this in GameStop because I got the little GameStop membership card.
Oh, the pro card.
He's like, yeah, dude, people just download their games now. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I like to buy the game. Like I still like to buy music and movies and shit.
No,
Pretty
dude,
much-
Penny
pretty
Mocha,
much
if you saw this place, dude, 1,300 was a fucking steal. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, Peanut Mocha, you'd have to see the place to know. Like I said, 1,300 with no utilities. Like it was just 13 flat, and I can't even explain the place. Like Peanut Mocha, if you saw the place,
Oh no, he's saying that's a good deal. My bad. In his follow-up message, he's saying that like the best you could find is like 18 to 1,900. Yeah, dude,
okay.
yeah, 1,300 was a fucking steal for that place.
If you
looking
saw
back.
the place, you'd be pissed at me for fucking up. Like you should be like actually mad at me for not still having that place.
Dude,
I,
maybe
like
you
I said, I
maybe you
literally should still be in there today.
and maybe you could spin the block and get it back.
No, he wouldn't want to deal with me anymore.
Dude, you could say I've turned over a new leaf. Tell him you found God.
Yeah, right. No, that guy was fucking. He was a weirdo, but he was just like this old man that everyone in Dixon knows. He tried to rent us a property before that. Did I ever tell you that story?
Oh, is it the one that's out in the country? And our family friend was like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you," or
An
whatever.
even cooler spot. He had a
Yeah.
spot out in the back roads.
Yeah.
It was like there was a house, and then there was a garage with an above garage apartment.
Mhm.
And it was super cool, literally in the back roads. Like you could get on the porch and drink coffee and smoke a cigarette, and you're looking at like the row of trees, like out in
That's
the fields
awesome.
and shit.
Fuck, dude.
I was like, dude, this is like exactly where I want to live, like out in the back roads away from people. And then,
Yeah.
but it turns out a couple miles away, there was a little, just like not a trailer park, but just a place where tweakers that set up
A
trailers.
compound.
Yeah. And I was working at a gas station overnights, and yeah, our uncle's friend was like, dude, if you're going to be moving your girlfriend in there and you're going to be working nights, leaving her home alone, you can't be living out there.
Dude, he's probably hella right though. That was cool of him to look out for you.
He said don't be knocking on the door asking her for money and shit, and you're not gonna be home, and she's gonna. And then I remember I had to text her, and I was like, hey, we can't get that back rose place.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, why? And I'm like, because, and of course she's like, oh no, I'll be fine. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not. You're no. Like,
Yeah,
you're not.
it's not the right move. Yeah, and if anyone's gonna know, it would be our uncle's friend. So
Yeah. I was like, I'm already sending you to drug deals in Lodi and Galt by yourself in the middle of the night. I can't be having you live with tweakers, like in
Yeah,
the
facts.
backyard, basically.
Mhm.
But then we got the underground place, so it worked out even better. And of course, it's underground, so it never got cold or hot. It was always perfect. It was like brick wall, dude. It was the coolest fucking place I could ever imagine living.
How long were you there for? I don't even remember. I feel like it wasn't that long.
It was like a few months.
Damn.
Yeah, we stopped paying rent, and then we both got home one day, and there was a note on our door that was like, "Yeah, you guys are like 3 months behind on rent.
Dude.
You guys got to move out." I was like, "God damn it!"
I could never live in a city.
Neither could I.
Penny Moche, that's true. Life is life. That's facts.
Yeah, Rob, that was an L losing the place, but life is life. Yeah, but that's not just like a life is life, dude. I spent a lot of time in that place fucking withdrawing. There's like a lot of times we tried to quit in that place and just like go cold turkey, and that shit just never worked out.
That shit must be frustrating. Like trying to quit and you just can't fucking do it.
Yeah, you can't do it like by yourself, anyways.
Yeah.
You have to do it like in a rehab where they're gonna basically coddle you, or at least not let you leave when you're just like in your room, and you might not have any money, but you have dealers that'll front you and shit.
Mm.
What's up, Lee? Just popping by.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I can't read. Just popping by. I saw you were on, but it's
Closing
sissing in on.
It's closing in on 4 a.m.
Yeah, what's up, Lee?
What's up, Lee? What's good, bro?
Lee, I would assume I have unread messages from you on Instagram just because I think I always do. I should go look at those now that I see you. But I will forget by the time I get off of here. The more important question is, are they just reels that you forwarded to me, or have you said anything important recently that I should go look at? Because if that's the case, then I'll feel bad. But if they're just reels,
It's important business.
I will remember to look at them eventually. We were supposed to be, Lee, you probably saw we were supposed to be live on Instagram tonight, but Instagram changed their rules. You have to have 1,000 followers to be able to live stream, so we cannot live stream on there tonight.
At least it's a good measurable goal for us to shoot for, though. Like 1,000 followers is a realistic goal for the Instagram.
Yeah, it's just been it's just literally, dude, it's been dead for like months. It's been stuck at 800 followers, and like,
Supposedly the platform as a whole is pretty dead. Like even like the top accounts engagement is like down by a large percentage. So it's not like it's our fault.
Yeah, so I always talk about my biggest example is Riley Reed.
Yeah.
If you go to Riley Reed's Instagram, she has I actually can't find her Instagram right now. How many followers does she have? Hold on. Now I want to find this out because I know that my logic is solid when I bring up this example.
Mm.
Let me see. Let me find her Instagram. I hate how some porn stars, their Instagrams are harder to find because it's like not their actual name. Let Riley live. That's what it is. She has 2.5 million followers. And if you go to a picture that is literally her ass, this one has 90.8 thousand followers, or 90,000 likes, 90.8 thousand likes out of 2.5 million followers. You got to think,
yeah,
at least like 2 million of that 2.5 million follow her because they like her naked.
Yeah.
And then she posts a picture of her ass. You're telling me only 98,000 of that 2.5 million like that picture? No, there's no way. They're not seeing it because Instagram doesn't show shit to your followers anymore.
Facts, dude. Yeah, 90,000 out of fucking 2.5 million. Dude, that's like less than 5%.
I've lived in both cities and country. Both have benefits depending on the city and how much you want to be in the thick of it. No way, motherfuckers. Lives are one of the best way of getting gross. So they show I can't read. So they should let people with less do it. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree, Lee.
I know famous people who have less than 10K added to accounts by PR companies. Yeah, no, that's why, like I said, I want to go live on the Instagram. I need to crack 1,000 followers, and it's not been growing. It's been completely stagnant. And I can never find a right time to post on Instagram. Like, I've noticed posting around 5 PM, that's like my usual time, but that'll get me like literally like 7 to 12 likes. And even that, on an account that has 800 followers, you should be getting more than 7 to 12 likes on your shit.
I agree, Ben. The fucking engagement's tough.
I don't know what to do. Like I said, TikTok, I pop off on TikTok once in a while at least.
Yeah.
Like I've got that one post still doing well right now, but yeah, the Instagram's been rough. And it sucks because every time I get mad about it, I go look at the old Instagram. This still has like over 8,000 followers.
Wait, why don't you use that one anymore? I forget.
Well, because it was basically a Charles Manson page.
Nah, fuck it, dude, because we can live stream off that account.
The reason I didn't use it was because I got it up to just under 10,000 followers. It's now down to 8,300 followers. But I got it up to almost 10,000.
Yeah.
That's when I started the YouTube channel. And I would post clips from the YouTube channel.
Mm.
And they would get, I'm talking like they'd get 6 likes.
Oh shit. Yeah,
Because
6
people
is tough.
follow it for Manson. So like for
Yeah.
example, my most liked reels, they are Manson clips, and one of them has 283,000 views and 5,000 likes. One of them has 11,000 likes. One of them has 6,000 likes. And then I'd post a picture, a clip from the YouTube channel with me, and
Yeah.
it would get like 7 likes because people.
Damn.
I think people felt lied to. They're like, damn, we followed this Charles Manson page, and now this guy's trying to feed us his TikTok style YouTube shit.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because like the current Instagram, like it gets about the same amount of likes anyway. So like fuck it, dude. Like if we could live stream off of it, I think it could be a good thing. But it's up to you, you know, it's your brand at the end of the day.
Well, at the least, I would just start posting, like trying to get more people to go over there.
Yeah, because it's a wide audience at the end of the day. It's a built-in 8,000. Hey, what's good, Fizz? No worries, bro.
Let me get through. Let me get back to these. I was thinking some reels. They're the only good things on Instagram worth looking at. But yeah, I've messaged you about shit like coming on. Yeah, I do need to bring you on. Also, congrats on the 666 subs here. Yeah, hell yeah. We're at like 669 right now. So now
Yep.
it's cooler. We got 669.
We were at 670 for like a day. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, the YouTube subs have been going up and down like that. I was asked if you've seen the series Aquarius. I talked about that. I have not. I don't even know what Aquarius is. But if it's music related, yeah, you should bring it up. Lee, I figured you and me probably talk the most about music. So anything music you have, and of course anything else you have when you come on too, bring on. But generally, I think of me and you as talking about like music stuff. Fizz, you're all good. You know you can come on anytime. Now that we have the Discord. now that we have the Discord, we can pretty much talk to Fizz anytime.
Yeah, facts. Sorry, I'm typing like shit tonight. Oh, you're good, bro. Don't apologize. Come on. It's all chill. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like trying to use the pre-existing 8K followers to your advantage as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't like it, it's not like you're using the account anyway, so might as well get something out of it. That's just my thought process, though.
That's probably what I should start doing. Because even if I lose 5,000 followers on there, like who cares?
And you could still stream. You know, I think yeah, even if you lost hella followers, you're always gonna have the 1,000 to stream off of.
Sorry, I'm typing. Oh no, never mind. Protomax already read that one. Aquarius is 60s Manson related. Okay, so the thing about Manson related stuff is I get frustrated watching that stuff because if it's stuff that goes against what I believe that I know.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to check it out. I'd have to watch like a little bit of it and make up my mind. I barely watch YouTube videos about Manson because most people talk about Helter Skelter or the
Helter Skelter
Revenge Against Terry Melcher or the, you know.
Yeah. Most people have the wrong idea.
Yeah, I told you the Discord is great for just dumping ideas. Yeah, Fizz, that was a good point to bring up. There's now a chat on the Discord where if anybody has any ideas they want to see talked about on the stream.
Yeah. I saw that. I like that idea as well. Help us get some ideas for stream.
And then Fizz, eventually, if we do get some more people in the Discord, I would like to do like live chats. You know, there's the voice channel. We could basically do like a big audio stream and like bring in live callers and shit. And then I know you can record that and I could post that to the YouTube channel too.
We could have people come on, talk shit to them, say, oh, you're live on DAC TV. What do you want to say?
David, I don't even know who that is.
Dude,
Oh, I guess that is.
I don't know who that is either.
I guess it's the king of 90s cable softcore porn.
Rock on.
Chat, keep going. We are going to bring up one more topic, though, but we'll keep going
Oh
along with you guys.
no. Sad topic. Sad day.
Yeah, there's the idea that TKO might do away with old WWE pay-per-views. So, like, stuff like Backlash, I would assume.
Yeah, SummerSlam, Backlash. Any name that was thought of in the Vince era, they want to get rid of.
No, I've not, but I'm going to Google that name right now, actually, Ronald Hughes. So, of course, the biggest debate I saw is, do you think TKO would ever get rid of WrestleMania?
Dude, if they did, I think it'd be a huge fucking mistake. Like, dude, even people who don't fuck with wrestling, know what WrestleMania is. I think if they got, it's like, dude, it's like the Super Bowl. Like everyone knows what WrestleMania is.
Oh, Pina Moche, sorry. Pina Moche, you're talking about the guy that was an attorney for Manson. Or he was the
Whoa.
attorney for Leslie Van Houten, and during the trial he disappeared. Yeah, that's a weird story.
Penny Moshe, that's some crazy lore that your grandfather almost represented her. That's fucking crazy.
My grandfather almost represented Leslie. Oh, that is badass. Leslie Van Houten was hot. I would hope your grandpa would have tried to get it in with her. Was your grandpa like a public defender?
That's cool, dude.
Because that's how she would have gotten him. Was the and do you know what happened? That is actually pretty crazy, because that means your grandpa could have gone missing.
Dang, that's crazy, actually.
Is that okay? Is that the kind of story that you're getting at? Your grandpa was going to defend her, and then he didn't, and then the guy that ended up defending her, because yeah, Ronald Hughes went missing during the trial. Like, it was a very odd.
Oh, like that was the public defender, and had it been Pena Moche's grandfather instead, it likely would have been him.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, on November 7th, 1970, Hughes embarked on a camping trip. This is while the trial's going on. He embarks on a camping trip somewhere in Ventura County. And according, I'm on Wikipedia, according to James Forsher and Lauren Elder, two friends who accompanied Hughes on the trip, heavy rains, which had caused flash floods in the area, had mired their Volkswagen in mud. Forsher and Elder hitchhiked their way out, while Hughes decided to stay in the floods, or no, to stay in the area until November 29th. As the rains continued, the wilderness area was evacuated. Hughes was last seen by 3 campers on the morning of November 28th. They later told investigators. No, so he went missing for like he was camping and there was like a flood or some shit.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah, I guess so. Over the following months, police conducted more than a dozen searches of the area where Hughes was last seen. After receiving an anonymous tip in March of 1971, police also searched in the area surrounding the Barker Ranch, which is where Manson and the girls had previously lived. On March 29th, the same day, the jury returned death penalty verdicts against all the defendants. Hughes' severely decomposed body was discovered by 2 fishermen in Ventura County. His body was found wedged between 2 boulders in a gorge. So yeah, that somebody could have killed him. They could have killed him under the guise of the bad weather.
That's wild.
I remember reading about that. I just hadn't, like, Ronald Hughes is not a name that I know off the top of my head, as far as, like, you know, like a Charles Manson or a Leslie Van Houten or a...
Yeah, not a big name in the whole story.
So your grandpa probably wouldn't have gone missing as long as he didn't go camping. Especially going camping up by where the Manson crew used to live.
Yeah.
But that's what's funny, is that he went missing up by where they used to live. David Duchovny? Looks like how you say it. Duchovny is the guy who played Fox Mulder in the X-Files. Started in the industry with softcore porn. Yeah, that's why I want to talk to you about it, because I want to hear your knowledge and rant about it and send me straight on what's good, what's bullshit in the series. You should watch it, dude. Yeah, I might have to check it out when you put it that way.
For sure.
So normally I would say no, there's no way TKO would ever get rid of the name WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But TKO has been fucking retarded, and they have no respect for the business. It's kind of what I'm starting to think.
Yeah, it's true. They don't care about the legacy of wrestling or the traditions. They just care about making money.
Yeah, I am pretty sure I'm solid on. They have no respect for pro wrestling, and they probably could care less about the name WrestleMania and what it means to WWE and wrestling fans.
Yeah, they're they're like private equity at the end of the day. They're focused on making as much profit as possible. That's why the live shows, I've heard the live shows are like hella bare bones nowadays, like no pyro, no nothing.
Yeah.
And it's just like people pay hundreds of dollars to come watch them wrestle, and that's it. There's no fucking work put into the shows anymore like it used to be back in the Vince era.
That is awesome that your grandpa almost took it on because he hated Vincent Bugliosi. Everybody hated Vincent Bugliosi.
That is awesome.
That's the funny thing about Vincent Bugliosi is this. So he does the case, he writes the book, or has somebody co-write the book Helter Skelter, and everybody just takes it as gospel, even though Vincent Bugliosi is like known as a clown. He also wrote a book on the JFK assassination, and it's largely seen by pretty much every historian as a joke of a book that just toes the narrative of the official story.
Yeah.
Vincent Bugliosi is also crazy. He believed that the milkman was fucking his wife, and he assaulted the milkman on his street because he thought he was banging his wife. Like, it wasn't actually like a crazy dude. And for some reason, people just for some reason take his word when it comes to the Manson story.
Damn.
But yeah, no, nobody liked him. How are you gonna get rid of WrestleMania and make money though? Well, it's like, how are they making any money at this point anyways, doing what they're doing?
Yeah, I think they wouldn't get rid of it. I think they would just call it something stupid. What did Vince want to call WrestleMania originally, like way back in the day?
The Colossal Tussle.
The Colossal Tussle, that's what they're gonna have to call it instead. The fucking Colossal Tussle, man.
I was gonna say one more thing about fucking Vincent Bugliosi in that case really quick. Jesus, I can't remember shit.
Go for it.
No, I can't remember. People just take his word. God, what was I saying? People just take his word when it comes to it. I don't remember. Maybe I'll get back to it. What's funny in my clown here is sent for your entertainment? No, he's a big boy. Let him answer. How am I funny? Fizz is smoking weed?
Of course.
Fizz,
Stoners, man.
There was a couple other wrestling things I was gonna bring up though, aside from just that news. Like, okay, so have you seen the tournament to determine John Cena's last opponent?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Have you seen the people that are gonna be in it?
No, I haven't. Who?
So they're doing a tournament. Yeah, they're calling it the Last Time Is Now tournament. The tournament is clearly gonna be a surprise contender, which could be Edge.
I've heard that, yeah.
So the matchups are Rusev versus Damian Priest. Clearly, they're not going to have Rusev or Damian Priest for John Cena's last match.
That's ridiculous to think
and
about.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sheamus.
Those are both not bad.
I think those are terrible. That's just
Shinsuke and John Cena had their little rivalry back in the day, though.
But for his last match?
No, I agree, but you got to think about who's on the roster right now. But continue, please.
The Miz versus Jey Uso.
Not Jey Uso. The Miz is not bad, though.
And then LA Knight versus surprise competitor.
Oh shit! Do you think it's Jericho or Edge?
I would hope Edge.
I also hope Edge, but who do you think though?
I mean, I think it would be Edge over Jericho.
All right, good. I agree, but yeah, I agree. It's a pretty lackluster fucking tournament, especially when CM Punk and Randy Orton are both on the roster right now. Like the fact that they'd go with fucking Damian Priest and who was the other guy he was fighting? Damian Priest and who?
Rusev.
Yeah, Damian Priest and Rusev when Orton and Punk are both on the roster right now is fucking ridiculous.
Peanut Mochi, no, you're all good. I was talking about Manson stuff.
Yeah, that shit was interesting, Peanut Mochi. Don't be sorry. That shit was cool.
And I need to get better at. I like to go back and forth between stuff. Anyways, Fizz down here is always talking about random shit while we're talking about wrestling too.
Yeah, and Shippa says he heard it was going to be Hornswoggle.
That would actually be pretty good. But yeah, no, I could see out of those names that were listed, I could see it being The Miz more than anybody else, but I would hope not.
No, I would see it being either The Miz or the mystery opponent, who is, like you said, probably going to be Edge, and the Edge will win, and hopefully that'll be a good last match.
I also was not aware that AEW got a slot on Fox.
What? I didn't know that either. Shockwave?
Yeah. So I guess Fox was really desperate to get wrestling back on their network.
Dude, I mean, if AEW wants to make a serious push to become like a legit contender, dude, now is the time. WWE is fucking itself over.
Peanut Moche says he thought Gunther was going to be Cena's last match. Was that ever a thing?
Not that I recall, but I'm glad it's not true. I fucking hate Gunther.
Yeah, I'm not a Gunther fan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I think they should send out Gunther dressed up as Adolf Hitler. And have John Cena do the American good guy thing for one last time.
That would be sick. Dude landing on D-Day or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
I wish Rey Mysterio was in the tournament too, just to get his lick back for the one time John Cena fucking beat him for the title after he had won it like 5 minutes earlier.
Did you see the Rey Mysterio and Dominic segment on? I think it was the Raw.
No, what happened? I didn't see it.
It kind of seemed like they reignited their little thing. Rey Mysterio came out and he mentioned Eddie Guerrero, and Dominic said, "You keep my father's name out of your mouth."
That's actually fucking hilarious, dude. Dom is awesome.
And then Rey Mysterio hit him with a 619. Yeah.
I think Rey Mysterio is gonna retire. I think he'll have one last feud with his son, and then he's gonna retire.
Hoping for the Ghost of Benoit. The Ghost of Benoit would be great.
Facts.
Yeah, I would imagine Rey will do a retirement deal against Dominic.
Yeah.
Which is how it should be. That's pretty cool that they're like father and son. It's cool that they've just kept this feud going.
Yeah, dude's like a 3-year-long beef at this point. Yeah, hopefully it's like a career match and Dominic can beat him and it'll retire Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. I would imagine Rey would want to put him over for his last match.
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like there was one more thing I had, but can't really remember. Other than the potential story of Vince McMahon and Donald Trump being in attendance for John Cena's last match, which is just great.
I think we talked about that last time, and
Yeah,
I
we
think
did.
we're on the same side.
I would hope Vince is there. Is the
Yeah,
least I
Vince
would
better
say.
be. I don't really care if Donald Trump's there, but Vince better be there, bro.
Yeah, no, I guess
Stephanie's got to be there too, but she'll be there anyways.
Who?
Stephanie, because she's the one who. That's how like fucking.
Oh.
That's how he got a shot. You know, she was on the bus with him.
You know, the Ghost of Wrestlers Past do it on Christmas Eve and have people pretend to be deceased wrestlers. So do Benoit, Owen Hart, Andre the Giant. So what if people cosplay as those wrestlers?
Dude, you can have Hulk Hogan now too.
I wonder if there will ever come a day when the WWE like acknowledges Chris Benoit's existence again.
Dude, facts. I can't remember who it is, but one of like the higher tier wrestlers says like one of their favorite matches of all time is them against Benoit, and you just can't find it anywhere anymore.
It's Kurt Angle.
Oh, it is Kurt Angle. I thought so, but I didn't want to talk out my ass or nothing. But yeah,
Kurt Angle, yeah, he was on a podcast and he said, you know, some of the best matches I've ever had were against Benoit. And he said, like, for years I didn't talk about it, but now I say, fuck it, those are my matches. Like I want to talk about them.
yeah, exactly. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, acknowledging that it happened and he went crazy and shit.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. To me, that's stupid. Like, it wouldn't make Kurt Angle look like a bad guy to acknowledge. Like, yeah, I fucking worked with him.
He's a good fucking wrestler. Who cares?
Yeah. My best band played WrestleMania as the band for Bray Wyatt versus Cena.
That's fucking sick.
What was I gonna say? Damn, I think I remember some of those. Yeah, no, I mean, to this day, Chris Jericho will tell you, like, yeah, Chris Benoit was like a great dad and a great dude, and just nobody really knows what went wrong.
It's a really interesting case. I actually think there's a lot more to it than people give it credit for. I think what's the motherfucker's name? The other dude that's involved, but people say he's not involved. He was like Chris Benoit's wife's first husband or something.
Oh, the guy that they think killed him.
Dude, I actually think there is some fucking truth to it. I don't know. I think there's more to the case than people like to believe.
Hold on, let me look up his name. Nancy Benoit, first husband. You know the story about how Chris and her got together, right?
Remind me, I don't.
Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan. That's his fucking
So
name,
in
man.
WCW, Kevin Sullivan was married to Nancy Benoit.
Yeah.
Then Chris Benoit got into a feud with Kevin Sullivan, and Kevin Sullivan was the booker, so he was writing these stories.
Yeah.
And he wrote an angle where Chris Benoit and Chris and Nancy would have an affair.
What in the cook ass shit? That's fucking
So
wild.
he wrote a story where his wife starts banging another dude, but then she really started banging the dude, and Chris Benoit took off with her. Yeah, very cuck shit.
That's fucking wild. Yeah, maybe he's just a crazy fucking dude. I didn't know it was some cuck shit. Maybe he didn't kill him then. That's crazy.
Kurt Angle and his fucking heel lock. What a dumb finishing move. No, don't be dissing on the ankle lock. Dude, how's that a bad move? You know how devastating that is?
The angle lock. Dude, Fizz, that's how I know you've never been in a fucking fight, man. That shit would hurt.
It's such a simple move. It's
You break the motherfucker's ankle.
Yeah, and that shit would hurt. I remember when Kurt Angle would do the ankle lock, there's two variants where he stands up and holds it, and then where he falls back and wraps in the arm.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, for some reason, I always thought it looked cooler when he's standing up. But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, but when he lays down and locks it in, that's when it would really start. Because what are you going to do? This guy's laying down with your leg wrapped up, just twisting your shit.
Facts, yeah. Hey, Penny Mochi, I agree. TNA Kurt Angle is peak, man. That shit's sick.
Oh, yeah. TNA Kurt Angle is like
Yeah,
It's like
he was crazy at the time.
it's like a crime that he was on.
Yeah, do you know the lore of how he got the TNA?
WWE wanted to drug test him or send him to rehab, and he said no. And TNA didn't care that he was on drugs; they took him.
Yep, exactly. Vince said, "Dude, you need to get sober." He's like, "Nope, I won't do it." And then he was on TNA the next week.
Dude, that was back when TNA was on Spike TV, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it was on so late at night, and because it was on Spike TV, I thought TNA was like the grown adults version. Like I saw Monday Night Raw, and I was like, even though Edge and Lita were having live sex celebrations and shit, TNA still came off as the more like adult. Like I was like, oh, my mom can't see me watching this shit.
Well, it was cool, you know. They were in like the fucking octagon ring and shit, or the hexagon, whatever. I think it's a hexagon, six-sided ring. That shit was cool, man.
Yeah, TNA was so fucking. TNA was damn near goated back then. Like AJ Styles with the short hair and Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle and
Facts. Shit pissed. That's fucking awesome, dude. You totally should. Those games were awesome on PS2.
I'm very aware of how painful locks like that are, and yes, you can break bones and tear ligaments, but it's still a gay finishing move. Tombstone versus heel lock, Swanton versus heel lock, Sweet Chin Music out of nowhere versus heel. Well, Sweet Chin Music is the greatest finisher of all time.
Facts, dude. I hate what they've done to the Sweet Chin Music in the modern era with the fucking the super kick they call it now.
Everyone
Fucking
just does them all
sucks.
the time.
Yeah.
Batista was my favorite wrestler as a kid, but he kind of had a weak spear.
Yeah, his spear was not that good, but the fucking Batista bomb was goated. He had the
Yeah,
best power
Batista
bomb
bomb
of
was
all
awesome.
time.
Yeah, no, his spear was a bad idea. He did a weird thing where like he would run into him with like the right shoulder, but coming from the left side. He was weird like that.
Yeah.
People make fun of Edge's spear, but I always liked it.
It looked cool because he's such a like a slender dude. So he was like really fucking going like parallel with the ground. It was cool.
To me, it always looked like he really cut him in half.
Exactly, yeah. He was in the air fucking with his body hella flat like that. It was cool.
Realistically, Goldberg did have the best spear.
Yeah.
You're supposed to Super Saiyan Harold Knight Wrestler. That is the proper way to.
Oh, dude, the lore of Kurt Angle's fucking crazy. You know the lore of him and his match against Brock Lesnar where he had the Iron Man match with him, like what went down before that?
Didn't he have a broken neck again?
No, dude, fucking his sister overdosed on heroin and died. So
Okay, I remember hearing this somewhere.
yeah, and he had told her, he's like, "Look, I won't talk to you unless you get clean." So she died when they were on bad terms, so he felt horrible. So he took like a giant handful of Vicodin and said, "Fuck it," and tried to kill himself by doing that shit. And he said he slept for like 48 hours straight, woke up late, and still went to go have the match.
Yeah, Kurt Angle was the man.
Oh,
Dude, Vince McMahon is the man. Imagine having a boss who, like, you threaten him and he calls you to the office and it's like, all right, let's fight.
Dude, they don't make them like that anymore, bro. That's how you know the fucking testosterone of the modern male is fucking insanely plummeted from that point.
Yeah, there will never be another Vince McMahon ever again.
He was goated. Dude, you can't make a Vince McMahon anymore nowadays, dude. People, we're too neutered to act like that.
Yeah, calling him to the office. Kurt Angle probably thinks he's getting called into the office because he's in trouble. But actually, when he shows up and there's Vince McMahon who was ready to fight him.
Yeah, dude, you know he was in the fucking black wife beater too. Ready to
Oh yeah,
fucking
the black
fight.
wife beater in the dress, the slacks, the black slacks.
Dude, Vince is the man. It sucks that he's so hated nowadays because he's easily like a top 10 coolest dude of all time.
Yeah, the kids just have no respect. They hear some crazy stories about Vince and younger chicks, and they just have no respect for anything that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's all kinds of crazy Vince McMahon stories. You got to listen to the best storytellers about him are
Oh, Jim Cornette, man.
Jim Cornette and then Bruce Pritchard on Something to Wrestle With. Did you watch that video? I sent you the
I
video.
did. I did watch the one about him fucking driving.
Him
bro.
driving. And then he tells it might have been a different clip, but there's a clip. It was either at the tail end of the video. I sent you or a different clip, but he talks about being in the
Yeah.
car when Vince got pulled over by a cop one time.
Mhm.
He said they're on the freeway. The cop pulls him over. He's like, because he's fucking speeding.
Yeah.
And he said Vince is giving the cop attitude the whole time. He said the cop looked like a rookie, like on his first day of the job. He
Yeah.
said it really came down to how they carried themselves. The cop was basically terrified of Mr. McMahon. He said the cop's like, well, here's your ticket, sir. He said Vince grabs the ticket, throws it up on the dashboard, and fucking peels out and speeds off the same speed he was going.
I did hear the story. Yeah, it was in the episode.
He's like, dude, why the cop didn't come pull him over again? He probably just didn't want to deal with him anymore.
Oh, facts. Dude, you can't beat Vince. Vince is like one of those dudes that's undefeatable.
Yeah, no one's beating Vince. Coast to Coast says, been a huge on top problems by the bot. Yeah, Shane McMahon's deal.
Yeah, Shane McMahon was wild, bro. He did all that shit just to get his dad to be proud of him.
Shane McMahon is also badass, and I am glad that at least
Yeah.
nowadays people have really started to grow to love Shane McMahon.
Dude, facts, all that shit he did back in the day, jumping off the cage, and he's just like a normal dude. He's not even really a wrestler. Dude, that takes some serious fucking balls, bro.
Yeah, Fizz, I did see your comment. Bro, Fizz, just because there's one episode of a documentary about her on Netflix does not mean that the public at large, like if you walk into,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is you walk into Walmart right now and ask 10 people who's Christy Martin. Most people in Walmart do not know, and that's my measure for everything. Like if you walk into Walmart and ask 10 people who this person is or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, my buddy Dirty White Boy, he knows who Christy Martin is, but he's like hardcore into 80s boxing and shit.
Yeah.
It's just a niche topic. Not everybody knows, especially the people who are like would go see a Sydney Sweeney movie in 2025. They don't fucking know who Christy Martin is. And on top of that, you have to admit, no matter how cool she may be, if I'm Fizz, especially you, Fizz, yourself, if I'm describing, so Fizz, let's say you don't know who Christy Martin is, and I get on here and I say, hey, Fizzle Gig, there's this movie about a female boxer who escapes an abusive relationship. You're gonna go, oh, that's fucking woke. I don't want to go see that shit.
That's facts. That Fizz would absolutely say that shit.
Fizz, you know that would be your response. But because you know who Christy Martin is, you know it's actually badass. But you know that when you just give the synopsis of that story, any dude with a testosterone level above a certain level is going to say that sounds like some fucking Hollywood trash that I don't, you
Yeah.
know, which I completely agree with. I wouldn't want to go see that movie either. But
Yeah.
if you walked into a Walmart and asked 10 people the same questions, you'll probably get 10 different answers and none of them will be correct.
That's probably also true.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I use it in terms of like when people argue.
Yeah.
So like Ronnie Radke tried to say that, oh, rock and metal are doing better today than ever.
Yeah, right.
Because the streaming numbers, Spotify released a thing saying the streaming numbers for rock and metal are doing great. And I'm like, okay, but if you go into Walmart and you ask 10 people who is Metallica, and then you ask 10 other people who is Sleep Token, they're all going to know who Metallica is. No one knows who fucking Sleep Token is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
So it's like, I don't care about the streaming numbers. I'm talking about the culture. Like you walk into fucking Walmart and ask 10 people, you know, name a rock band from today and name a rock band from the 80s. Well, they're all gonna know an 80s rock band immediately.
Yeah.
Before it said Sydney Sweeney is in all right films. I still think she needs to just do like slasher movies. She needs to do horror films and become a scream queen. She's doing these like highbrow artsy fartsy.
Yeah, that's not her role. Her job is not high art. She needs to be movies where she's just hot.
Yeah, she needs to do hot girl movies. Her most successful movie so far was a rom-com with Glenn Powell. It was like a cheesy romantic comedy. It's like, dude, people
That would be perfect for her, yeah.
Yeah, people want to see you doing shit like that.
Yeah, no one wants to see the hot chick acting like a tough ass boxer.
The fact that I don't want to see faggy ass woke Hollywood movies has no basis on my enjoyment of movies. Fizz doesn't that though? Because if you think it's a faggy ass woke Hollywood movie, you wouldn't go see it in the first place. Therefore, you wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, true. Yeah, or at least it would hinder your enjoyment of it, no doubt.
The rock and metal are like jazz was in the 90s. Yeah, in the
Ooh,
90s.
that's a good take, actually.
I don't think people were down with jazz in the 90s.
Yeah, it was like a more niche thing, which I would say is definitely how rock and metal are today. I don't know any people that are into any modern like rock or metal.
Yeah, she needs to be barely clothed and covered in blood with hard nipples for sure. She needs to be like here's the perfect example. What's the girl's name from, I don't want to say the movie because I don't want to give it away who I'm about to bring up. Actually, yeah, there we go. Sydney Sweeney needs to be playing a role where she is basically Jessica Biel from the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And everyone knows I'm right. Fizz, I don't see anything in the movies, so I don't pay for movie anyways. Yeah, so see, Fizz, you're part of the reason that all movies bomb today anyways. And also, when it comes to like like I was saying, when it comes to like a biographical sports drama, I think people will watch that shit on Netflix. Like they'll watch that shit at home.
Yeah, I would consider watching that on Netflix if I just want to put something on in the background. I would put on something like that.
Yeah, like if I was just scrolling through streaming sites and I saw like
Scrolling through screaming, ah, fucking, ah.
and I saw a documentary about a chick in the 80s boxing world who has an abusive husband, like I'd watch that shit while I'm laying in bed. That would be a cool story, but getting up and going to the theater for it, I don't think Sweeney does high art there, just fun
Mhm.
films where she cosplays as costumes you would buy to kill himself. But that's what I'm saying. She wants to be high art. Like her last couple movies have been she did Americana, she did Eden, now she did Christy. Like she obviously wants to be high art, but it's not what her fans are
Dude, you'll
into.
have to watch one of her movies and report back if she's like a halfway decent actor or actress, whatever.
The thing with that is I'm kind of way too easy to entertain.
Well, and she's hot too, so it's hard to talk shit about her.
Yeah. So like when it comes to bad actors, there's really no actors that I've ever seen that I would be like, oh, they're a terrible actor, unless we're talking about like, like the Toxic Avenger. Like again,
Yeah,
like
like a very campy 80s fucking low budget movie. I'm sure there's plenty of bad actors in those.
yeah, in those movies, I know those are bad actors, but there's really not a lot of modern day movies that I see where I'm like, oh, those actors really bug
Yeah,
me.
facts. I think it's because it's so streamlined nowadays. Like there's all actors go to fucking acting school and acting classes and all that shit. That nothing's ever like very underdeveloped nowadays.
There's this one movie from 1981 called Final Exam. It's this early 80s slasher, and it actually has some of the worst acting that I've ever seen. And I'm really bummed out. My Blu-ray, I have a copy of it, for some reason just stopped working.
Oh, that's the fucking worst one. It's not even scratched. It just won't run no more.
It's got a couple tiny little scratches on it, but nothing that you would think are detrimental, and it just won't work
Yeah.
anymore. And it's got this crazy scene where this is 1981, this is before school shootings. There's
Mm,
a clip in Final Exam where these kids basically do a school prank, and they pull
mm.
up in a white van with ski masks and machine guns.
Dude.
Uh, I almost wish I could find the clip. Like, it is you can really tell, like, damn, this
Jesus
is
Christ, man, that's gnarly.
and then, like, it's just a prank. So you're just watching the scene, and what you see is a school shooting going on. And then the
Mhm.
kids get in the van, and they're like, "Ah, ha, ha," like it was a prank, and you're like, "God, that would never fly after '99."
Oh, dude, if someone tried to pull that prank today, you're going to jail for fucking 20 years. You
Yeah.
can't do that shit. That's wild.
Dude, it was hilarious. Oh, you know what though? I think I might have just found the
Ah,
entire
shit.
movie for free on YouTube. I did. Yeah, I gotta get to the ads, but
Yeah, fucking get to the part.
dude, it's hilarious. It's like some shit that would just never fly today.
Dude, I
E-
can't wait for the stream to blow up and someone takes this clip out of context and says it's not a movie and we're making fun of a school shooting or something.
Dude, if the stream blew up tomorrow, I'd have to go back and just delete every past stream, basically.
I don't think there's that much actual bad stuff, but by the internet standards, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say by most people's standards, I think there's a lot of bad shit that I've probably said.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yeah, I should be able to find it, dude. It's
Oh
such a
yeah.
fucking good movie. I can't believe my Blu-ray copy doesn't work. I found it on Amazon. There's only like $11 left, or like 11 copies left, and it's
Oh,
like seven.
dude, maybe once you roll in the Benjamins a little more, you can get a new copy.
It's only like $7.
Carlson. I mean, this is serious, guys.
Dude, I'm exposing how broke I am on YouTube right now. It does kind of sound like if you busted out the Tucker laugh, it'd be awesome. I can't even do it in a fucking great movie, dude. I love this shit.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey guys, wait up.
Didn't
Yeah,
know
the
Mark
dude sounding like
Zuckerberg was an
Tucker.
actor in B movies, dude. That's like a fucking Z movie. I am friends with the slasher villain of that movie on Facebook. That's how cheap that fucking movie is.
No way, really?
Yeah, he's like that's the one movie he's ever been in, and that's like his big claim to fame.
He milks it.
That's how horror actors are, though.
But you mentioned that horror fans are like that's one cool aspect of the horror community. Like if you're ever in anything, like you're good in the community forever.
Yeah, they are die hard for their actors. I always say, like, if Brad Pitt's last successful movie was Fight Club, he would be a
Yeah.
has been and a fucking loser.
Yeah.
But if you're a horror actor, if you do one movie in 1982, you can go to conventions and make a living for the rest of your fucking life
Yeah,
because the horror
you're the
fans
man.
love you.
That's actually kind of cool. As much as horror fans sound like a bunch of bitches, but that does sound like a cool thing.
Fizz, could you recommend a good ad blocker that will not give me any viruses? Because that's my biggest fear is downloading viruses and shit.
Facts, yeah. On an expensive PC, man, you got to be careful. I just got a new service called Malware Bytes. It's not an ad blocker, but it does scan for a lot of shit. Hey, nice to meet you too, Lee. Peace out, bro.
All right, you got a what? Malware
Oh, it's
byte?
called Malware Bytes with a Y on the bytes, but it does a hell of a good job of like screening for any potential viruses and shit. You can do like daily scans to see if you've like clicked on anything bad or like it'll tell you.
Is it free?
It's free, yeah. There's a free version of it that I use because last week, yeah, I think it was last week, my Google Chrome downloaded an extension by itself that I'm pretty sure was malware. So I had to like completely delete Chrome, reinstall it, update it, and then I got this service to make sure there was nothing still infected on my laptop. Oh shit, Fizz is gonna come in here and flame me. What's so
He's gonna
bad
talk
about it,
shit.
bro? Dude, I sorry I'm not a fucking Reddit junkie like you, bro. I'm a regular dude. I don't know that much about this shit.
I would imagine I've got something downloaded on my computer already at this point, but it's not been nothing detrimental or whatever.
Yeah, I just knew something was wrong with my laptop because dude, it was running hella fucking slow, and I don't really do anything on this laptop except for schoolwork. Jenna Ortega's hot.
Yeah, I love Jenna Ortega. Well, I will say X was really good, and she was in the 2 Scream movies. She might be Gen Z's only Scream queen, although I will say, I was gonna say she's only been in 2 franchises, but it was 2 Scream movies. Who else does Gen Z have for Scream queens?
Yeah. Well, who's bigger than her, bro? Fizz, you're an IT dude? Is that your job? Not to get into your business or nothing. That's cool.
Yeah, Fizz, I would actually believe that if you said you are an IT dude.
Dude, hell yeah, that's tight.
Fizz, aren't you operating the stream, dude? Malware Bytes is identified as virus software by most real AV
Oh
programs.
no. People. Oh, wait, did I mute myself? People on Reddit were saying it's not bad.
Let me see, Malware Bytes.
Yeah, they were saying it's like a decent free option, so I went with it. But if it's bad, I'll delete it. Let me know.
The first things I'm seeing on Reddit are basically like it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, Fizz, that's fucking cool, man. Good for you. Yeah, dude, most people on Reddit says Malware Bytes is fine, and it's free. That's why I got it.
Yeah, no, as long as it's free.
Yeah, but I don't know. If Fizz is doing IT for real, then yeah, take his advice instead.
I have nothing on my computer right now, like no ad blocker, no virus detector, whatever. Like I'm wide open right now, but like I said, I don't do anything besides stream and go on YouTube and Instagram. I am thinking about downloading. There's this program called Voice Mod that I used to have. I did 1 episode. It's called voicemod.net/sound. Or no, it's just voicemod.net. It's basically it's got a voice changing program and it's got a soundboard. Because I'm looking up sound effect stuff now. Way back in the archives, there's one stream I did with Annie where I turned on voice mod and I made my voice a tiny, tiny bit deeper because I've always wanted a little bit of a deeper voice, but it turned my volume up like 20 times.
Oh, shit.
So when you went back and watched the stream, I was like 1,000,000 times louder than Annie, but my voice was perfect for that one stream. I was just too loud.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the volume was just too loud.
Stops most of the pop-ups. There was an issue with them for a while. They were victims of middleman attack. I don't know what that is. You got to describe middleman attack. But yeah, voice mod says play sound clips instantly for immediate reactions from your group chats and streaming audience. So this might be my answer for my soundboard. Upload any sound you like. Oh, that's actually perfect. Or browse and loot 300,000 plus sounds from the community. I wonder if there'd be a volume issue with that. I don't know. I'd have to check it out.
You have to try it out. We can run like a trial stream. Fizz, since you're an IT guy, would you recommend I delete Malware Bytes then? If it's no good?
where someone hacked their software distribution site and replaced their update with a hacked update that would transmit user data back to the hackers.
Yeah, I do know how that's how most stuff goes. Like you download an update thinking it's a real thing, and then it's a hacked update, and now they're tracking everything you're searching for and all your payment data and shit.
I don't think I have much. I definitely have some information on my PC, but most of my stuff is like through my phone when it comes to payments.
Mm.
But I know I've got some stuff on my PC that I wouldn't want other people having. I was gonna say all my old ex-girlfriend videos, but those are on my Dropbox. I always talk about that. But that's even worse because Dropbox is like a cloud service.
Yeah.
If anyone hacked into my Dropbox, I might not be doomed, but my ex-girlfriend is doomed. I would actually just be praised by the internet community.
Jesus Christ, man.
I would be a champion, and my ex-girlfriend, her kid would have a rough time in grade school when he starts.
Yeah.
Who else left? I was gonna say I think there's
I think
no
it's
left.
just I think it's just Fizz.
Is Fizz the only person on YouTube?
I think so, yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't see the viewer count on my side.
Oh no, there's 5 people on YouTube.
Oh hell yeah. Visiting websites is the #1 way of fucking up your PC from. Yeah, dude, that's how it goes. The fucking because the ads can pop up nowadays without you even clicking on them. So you just gotta stay off of shady websites if you don't want to get viruses.
Who the fuck are the other 5 people here on YouTube?
Yeah, hey, people in chat, show yourselves. Let's go.
Yeah, because I gotta go soon.
Oh, Shitpiss. What's good, man? He said,
Hey,
oh.
Shitpiss is always here.
Yeah, dude, I'm fully convinced that Shitpiss and Fizz are not the same person anymore. So thank you guys.
I think they're not, and I was telling you because, and this isn't proof, but it's another point
Yeah.
in the favor that they're not the same person. On Discord, it shows you when the Discord account was created. Fizz's
Yeah, you
Discord,
mentioned that. Yeah.
Fizz's Discord was made in 2016, and Shitpiss's was made in 2019.
Yeah.
They both could still be Fizz, but and then there was also last time I streamed, Fizz told me ahead of time I can't be in chat tonight because my girlfriend's coming over. But then Shitpiss was in chat all night. Protomax, you muted yourself.
My bad. Thank you. Still getting used to the new mic. Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that little.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking fancy. You just gotta like tap your finger on it.
Dude, I never even used that mic.
Really? Who had it then? Was this the one that Mark had?
No, so that's the one. That one's actually brand new. So
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
So the Shure MV7 I bought, and I lent it to Dirty White Boy.
Mm.
Well, I don't know if you noticed by the way, when you plugged into the USB port, the C on the back, did it feel like a good plug-in?
Yeah, it felt fine.
Okay, so the original MV7, there was an issue that was people talked about online. It was a known issue.
Yeah.
The plug-in, it just felt like it didn't feel satisfying. Like when you plug something and you want that plug-in click.
Facts, yeah.
With the original mic, it felt really shitty.
It was loose.
Yeah, it was loose. So I gave it to let Dirty White Boy borrow, and he's such a fucking brute with everything. He broke it because he said he just kept fucking yanking it in there and
That's how he
pushing it
got the
out.
click.
So I had it for less than a year.
Gotcha.
And so I used the warranty and I sent it back to Shure.
Mhm.
And surprisingly, they sent me the MV7 Plus.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that's the upgraded version of that mic. And I never even took it out of the box because I had this mic by that point. So.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, thank you. I thought it was brand new. I was like, damn, like it's still all wrapped up. Like whoever had it last took really good care of it. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, they sent me just the brand new version of the mic instead of fixing my old one. I was very surprised.
Fuck yeah, man. This shit's tight. Stream's about to go to the next level. Nah, dude. Fizz and Shitpiss, we believe you guys are good.
What do I have to do to convince you guys that we are in fact the same?
Oh, you are the same.
No, now Shitpiss is trying to play games like that.
Yeah, facts. Hey, good for you, Shitpiss. Nah, Shitpiss, don't worry about it. Go play some WWE SmackDown versus Raw on PS2.
You know, this is now the highest quality stream that has been held on this YouTube channel.
Yeah, facts. I'm not on a phone and I have a mic. Let's go.
Up until now, the best quality streams were the original trio of me, Mark, and Annie.
Yeah.
Mark had the microphone that Johnny has now that for some reason Johnny either doesn't have anymore or just can't make sound right. Even when he did have it, it just didn't. I just don't think he fucking plugged it in right. I think he would plug it in and not turn his audio setting on restream to the mic.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably didn't hit the mic on restream.
And then Annie was streaming from her MacBook, but she has a newer MacBook, so the audio does sound kind of fine from her end. That's why I never sent her a mic.
Yeah.
But now this is this is the overall best. And then I also figured this is easy. If you ever quit or something ever happens, you just send the mic back with mom or something.
Yeah, facts. No, dude, I really think Monday nights are gonna fucking take off. We have a pretty good, consistent crew of like 5 people that show up. So thank you guys.
Yeah, and like half you don't say shit. Dixon Cider might be lingering around. That's always an option.
Facts. Yeah, Penny Moche, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Pina Moche just wants to sell to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they're trying to drain it for all it's worth. They're like wringing out the wet towel before they pass it on to the Saudis.
Fizz, didn't you? Oh no, Annie asked us about
Yeah,
this
Annie was
earlier.
talking about. Shout out Annie. I forgot she was even here.
No, we have not watched. So I was talking about this earlier, Fizz. I know I need to watch it, but I'm very attached to the original. I love the original Frankenstein, and so that's kind of part of my holdup with that. When they remade Nosferatu, I'm not that attached to the original Nosferatu. It's fine. I'm not a big fan of silent movies.
Yeah.
It's still a fun movie, but the original 1931 Frankenstein, I'm like a nerd for that movie. Like I will try to be like it's just as good as a modern movie, like when
One of those guys, huh?
Yeah. So I really like that original version. So I'm kind of scared of that remake.
Mm.
I also don't think I'm as big a fan as I don't dislike Guillermo del Toro at all. I'm just not a big, like people that like him are kind of diehard.
Mm.
At least I think so.
Yeah, I think he's got quite the cult following. The new one's good. Right on.
Dude, I still want to have one of these 80s chicks on the channel.
Dude, you got to. I think having some guests on the channel would be fucking sick. Weren't you supposed to have some dude on the channel or some shit at one point?
What dude?
It's a fucking Gianni's friend or some shit, but it fell through.
Oh, there's a couple things going on with, I guess, him and his friends or whatever. He wants to have on this guy, this other musician named Johnny from Instagram.
Yeah.
He's got like over 20,000 followers. He plays shows in LA.
Nice.
He was supposed to come on last week, but he ended up flaking.
I see.
And he sent me a screenshot of their conversation, so I know that one was real. They were planning it, and then he just kind of didn't get back to us in time. Alien 3 is this. I've actually never watched the Alien franchise.
Yeah, me neither. All I know is that the Metroid games are loosely based off of Alien, so on that basis, they sound cool.
Also, probably why Samus is a chick.
Exactly, definitely why.
I would imagine I would like the first Alien better. That's just how I am with stuff, though, because it's like a 70s horror film. But
dude, you know what game you'd fucking love? Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy. There's a very good twist in that game that you would like.
I've played one of them.
Yeah, I think you played the one I'm talking about, but I don't know if you
never beat it.
I don't know if you ever beat it. You didn't get to the twist, man. That game is fucking awesome.
I did like that game a lot. Pina Moche, that's Wednesday nights. Speaking about his horrible takes about grunge music, since he's not here.
Hey, who's that black guy on the show?
Yeah, Johnny. So Pina Moche, last week, I even deleted the stream. Or unlisted because I was so mortified by this shit. I don't know where he was getting off saying this shit. He's definitely on cocaine every time he stream. Come by on a Wednesday night, Pina Moche, and notice how much he's sweating.
Yeah, fucking drenched in sweat.
Yeah, eyes bugging out of his head. Dude, last week on the stream, we were talking about, again, the topic of, so there was this interview with Mod's son, where Mod's son was trying to be all cool, and he was like, you know where we are in music right now? We're in the exact spot in the early 90s where hair metal switches over to grunge, when people get tired of mainstream hair metal, and I'm like, that's not fucking true at all. We're not in that state at all.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that. And so Johnny was like, oh, that's not even actually true. Actually, back in the 90s, all the hair metal bands were still selling millions of albums and playing sold out stadiums. And none of the grunge bands were playing sold out stadiums. They were all playing small little clubs and venues. I'm like, bro, you can literally find interviews with like the drummer of Rat. The drummer of Rat talks about how in the 90s he had to invest in vending machines around LA to start making passive income. He said for all the 90s, he reeked of quarters and dollar bills because he made his money through buying vending machines. And that's Rat, one of the biggest hair metal bands of the 80s. There's interviews with all of them talking about how in the 90s, they all downsized and started renting apartments and sold their mansions because they couldn't afford it anymore. There's videos about Cinderella playing to 40 people in clubs. Meanwhile, Nirvana and Alice in Chains' most well-known shows are in sold-out stadiums. I was just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then Annie was messaging me, of course, while I'm streaming, and she's like, "Dude, fact check him." And I'm like, I feel like that makes me look bad because it's just like,
It's on your channel.
yeah, it's the guy that I stream with. Like, people are gonna be like, "Why are you streaming with this guy if you have to fact check him constantly?" He was
Yeah.
also like, "Oh, you can never find a clip of Madonna talking about politics in the '80s," and I'm like, "Bro, like, you realize if we had viewers, like, if we were a big channel, people would be punking on you in chat right now. Like,
Yeah, they'd be dunking on him.
yeah, you'd be getting punked on." But I don't wanna, I don't wanna just, like, talk shit to him and be like, "Dude, you're wrong." But when he started talking about how all the hair metal bands, he mentioned Def Leppard. That was, like, his one thing, and I'm like, "Well, Def Leppard was, like, an exception. They weren't actually technically a hair metal band. They kinda just fit in that era."
Yeah.
But even Motley Crue, dude, Motley Crue was not playing sold out stadiums in the '90s. They were playing small club shows, and it's even in The Dirt. You watch their movie The Dirt on Netflix, and it shows you in the '90s, they were playing small clubs and not selling out.
Mm.
So, yeah, I just don't know where he got off, and I'm like, "Dude, we've talked about this topic a million times before. We love you." That's, like, his favorite thing to talk about is the switch over from hair metal to grunge, and then just out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh, by the way, that whole thing's not even real. Nirvana never played sold out stadiums."
He changed his mind, bro.
Like, bro, my mom literally told me that Kurt Cobain was like Justin Bieber when she was in high school.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Nirvana was not playing sold out stadiums. What's the chat thing you use to show up on the stream? It's so slow.
What?
Are you talking to me? I don't use anything. What do you mean? I don't use anything for.
I think he's talking about like he types the message and then like the amount of time it takes to show up on the stream. I think that's just how it goes though. He says it seems like topics get derailed from the massive delay.
Shit piss. Type something in right now because I'm watching the live stream on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it does show who is like the number one. I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
you get like the little crown and shit.
Yeah. Pina Mocha, you are number 2.
Shout out to number 1, number 2.
Actually, I'll type something in.
Yeah, you doing this? See how long it takes. Dude, if it actually does take a lot of time, that would be kind of wild. I don't know what we do to fix that.
Well, on my.
Hey, you guys suck. It just popped up on mine.
Yeah, that wasn't that long.
But maybe he means like how long it takes to pop up on the actual screen, like the stream screen.
Like on his phone?
Yeah, because like it pops up for us on our restream chat, but it hasn't popped up on the screen.
Oh, yeah, Fizz. Shit, if you're talking about like this on screen,
Yeah, he means like that.
Yeah, Fizz. Shit, I click that.
That's yeah,
me.
that's absolutely what he's talking about then.
Yeah, when you see like the white letters pop up on the actual screen, that's me.
Yeah,
that's basically me saying I'm going to address your comment now.
Right on. That's what he's talking about. Yeah. So.
Or sometimes if like Protomax is talking, I'll click on something, and then you'll notice I click off of it because he's talking for a little bit, and then when he's done, I'll pull it back up or something.
Yeah, ship is so take it personally that he doesn't click on your comment as fast as you want.
There are others that pop up and stay up for a while. Okay, yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's me. My mouse is right here. I have to click that.
Penyamoche. That dude's name is Gianni?
His name is Giovanni.
Oh, even that's kind of funny. Isn't he like Cuban or some shit?
I don't know what he is.
Yeah, he's mentioned before that he speaks Spanish and all that, so I assume he's like, oh no, he's Puerto Rican. He's like Carmelo Anthony, bro.
Yeah, no, his name is Giovanni, and he goes by Johnny.
That's funny.
Which I was like, okay, that's better than having to call you Gio or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm unsubbing. Fuck you, shit.
Yeah,
fuck you, shit piss.
Yeah, fucking shit piss.
You cannot unsub because we're still at a point where I can see every unsub that happens.
Hey, shit piss, if you stick around for when we blow up, bro, you'll get credit too. So don't unsub just yet. Don't give up on us yet.
Yeah, all the originals are getting paydays when we take off.
FX, you're all gonna get fucking McDonald's value meals. You can even get the McDouble one that's $1 more. Hell yeah.
Fizz is probably getting the biggest payday, even though he tries to deny that we'll ever have to pay him, which I know we wouldn't, but you're still probably getting the biggest payday.
Yeah, dude, when we blow up, Fizz can be like a fucking Jamie from Joe Rogan's stream because he's like an IT guy. He can really help us out.
All right, that's true. We could just start paying you millions of dollars to do nothing.
Yeah, Fizz, look it up. Fizz, look that up.
You could tell. Well, I'd want a kid for that if that was like a role.
Yeah.
Really, the older people, like anyone older.
The whole chat.
Well, it's actually funny because you and Pina Mocha are actually the same age.
Oh, really? I didn't know
I
that.
actually think you're older because Pina Mocha's birthday was just a couple days ago, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm probably older then.
Yeah, which is weird to me because Pina Mocha is like from a friend group of mine.
That's funny.
So like in my mind, he's older just because I didn't know him my whole life. But
Yeah.
you could tell because the comments don't pop up when he's in the middle of listening or talking about a subject and then triggers the message. Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
If
When it's
someone's
time to duel.
ranting, I'll try to. It's funny. It's annoying actually when Johnny's on because me and Johnny both kind of monologue the same way. So Johnny will be going off on one of his tangents, and I'm like trying to get to a chat, but I gotta wait till he's done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fizz could fact check. Like yeah,
I don't let my pride override the truth. Dang, based.
yeah. I'd want Fizz as a fact checker.
What's
when,
up with Fizz and the dramatic ass messages, man? We had last time. My kids are my heroine. I don't let my pride override the truth.
Fizz, I need you to harass some people in comments. If you go to my live stream from last week, the one that says Sweeney Appreciation Show, somebody tried to comment and they said, "Oh, so you don't believe in disavowing white supremacy?" Like they were trying to dunk on me by saying I don't believe
Dude,
in.
and on the TikTok too, you've got quite a few comments that are in that direction as well, dude. Fizz needs to hop in and fucking moderate these fools. Fucking talk shit to him.
Yeah, but on the TikTok, I got more people on my side.
Oh, nice, that's good. I did see quite a few people were writing for you like that. That's cool.
Yeah, on the TikTok that's
Gotta
blown
respect
up,
Fizz.
it's got 18.5 or 18.6K.
Dude, nice. Dude, you're gonna get to 20 by the end of the night.
Yeah, most of the people on those comments are on my side. That's why I
Oh,
have been letting it, you know.
let's go. Fizz says he's got you. He's about to hop in talking some crazy ass shit.
You got to go talk shit to that guy. All it was me, doing the typical Sweeney is obviously not doing any kind of racist shit, and some guys, trying to be like, "Oh, so you don't believe in disavowing white supremacy?"
Dude.
No, I just don't. First, I don't believe in walking around assuming that everybody is a white supremacist. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, to assume like why would she disavow it when she wasn't the one doing it?
To me, that's also the funniest thing. Like, bro, who do you think wrote the fucking script for the commercial? Like,
Yeah.
you guys, if anything, you guys should be mad at American Eagle if you want to be mad at somebody.
Yeah, in fact, she's just the spokesperson.
You should make Fizz the channel mod. Yeah, no, as soon as we have enough people and I get to assign moderators and shit, Fizz is for sure gonna be the first moderator.
Dude, it's gonna be sick.
Which is probably a bad idea, because we'll get like a hot chick in here, but Fizz will decide that she's a woke ass lady boy and he'll scare her off. Fizz will scare off all of the female fans if we ever get any. We need someone to balance Fizz out though. We need like AOC.
Oh, dude, that would be sick.
Yeah. As a moderator in the chat too. Well, all right, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else exciting to say? 'Cause I'm about to get off.
Oh, I think we had a good run, dude. We're at like almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. That was a good stream.
Yeah, and this time it took us like 45 minutes to get to the first topic.
Yeah, facts. Chat was good today. Thank you, guys.
You can do it now. I have a mod with 14 subs. I know I could, but for right now, I'm the mod, basically.
Well, and there's nothing to moderate right now, so there's no point.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. There's not enough people to moderate, and like I said, I am. To me, my version of moderating is like sometimes Fizz will say some shit that is like I don't want to say a little off the cuff, but like I won't pop it up on screen. Like,
I've noticed that.
If I'm worried about like breaking a YouTube rule or something, I don't pop it up on screen, and I just move on to the next thing Fizz said.
Yeah.
And then there are actually times when I just skip over comments on accident. Like sometimes I'll be watching a clip and Fizz will say like 20 things, and then I'll just kind of get to the last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And so naturally I skip over. This is for the sentiment. Yeah, no, I figure if you only have like 14 subs, it's probably just for the sentiment.
Yeah.
So yeah, in sentiment, if I was gonna do a sentiment shit, it would be Fizz would be the first moderator of the chat. Out of pocket is the words you're looking for. Yeah, that's what. If I had no good taste in titles, the channel would be called Out of Pocket. I'd be like on par with Bill Maher's Club Random.
Oh, dude, Club Random is the worst name of all time.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Club Random.
It really sounds like an old man trying to be like a. How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, facts.
All right, I think now finally Fizz and Shitpiss are the last 2 people in chat, so I think we're good to go.
Good to go. Thank you guys. Good stream.
Yeah, for sure. Both you guys are in Discord too, so I don't know if you guys have anything else to say.
Oh yeah.
Go over to Discord. I'm gonna hit the outro. Good time.
See y'all next week.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize I am drunk. Sometimes I think I'm drunk, and then I realize